Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Come on now. Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the most underrated podcast, broadcasting from Certified Tattoo Studios. The homie Thomas the Franchise chilling with you right here. Dow Palantonio sitting across from me. JJ Stringstein at the end of the table here. We're going to come in with Nelly because I was like debating on popping open the Supreme Band-Aid box, putting the Band-Aid on. I wasn't with the fuck shit today. I mean, and now we're starting off. I need to take a shot for that.
Dang. Couldn't do it for the cast, huh?
I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it. I don't know. There's enough fuckery going on the YouTube. Do you really need me sitting in here with a Supreme Band-Aid on my face too? Us coming in and Nelly. Like, I don't know. Just something about it hit me wrong. Like, initially when we talked about it, Chris talked about it. It was like, oh, that'd be fire. It'd be a tight idea. Something hit me wrong about it. I don't know why. I don't even know why we're opening the show talking about this. I'm trying to be transparent with the audience. I guess.
Fair enough. That's behind the scenes look.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's how we were going to open the show, but it just didn't feel right. And then I asked you, I was like, do you want to wear the Band-Aid for the whole show? Like,
I don't want to wear the Band-Aid.
Right. I mean, I don't think what are we doing? A couple 30-year-old guys wearing Band-Aids on their face.
Then everybody thought we were...
After a while, it just will look stupid as hell.
I think everybody would have thought we would have been tuning into Kai's podcast.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Just some idiot stuff.
Okay.
Just, not to say we don't ever have any fun over here. I just don't know if I wanted to have that much fun today. If that's even fun.
Dog, coming off of Bomb Cyclone, I don't think we deserve to have that much fun.
Oh my lord.
Okay.
Dude,
people still got power. People are without power still.
Yeah.
Okay.
No kidding.
Let's jump into that, dude.
Do it.
What did you deal with yesterday? We had if you guys missed it, man, Colorado got absolutely destroyed yesterday by a blizzard. We all prepared for it. We knew it was coming. It wasn't like it hit us out of the blue. But
it's also Kathy Sabin is definitely not on her on her grind daily. We got to take meteorologists for a grain of salt here in Colorado.
Right.
Okay, let's be honest.
I see what you did there. Grain of salt.
Oh god.
Snowpack
Because the
roads.
last time that happened, it was just a dusting. Not
last time, but the last time we actually had a pretty substantial amount.
A snow day.
Yeah.
It was just a dusting, so it was like...
Well, they canceled school a couple days like a day in advance.
A day in advance, like at 3, 4 p.m. the day before this was intended to come in and hit us.
Right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So what'd you do yesterday? We were all snowed in. We got work was closed. We had power issues here at Certified. Thank goodness we were not supposed to... we didn't have the podcast or anything to record yesterday because we wouldn't have been able to. The power was cutting in and out in here. And I told you today, I was like, yo, we need to keep an eye on the power situation down at Certified because I don't know. I'm not trying to be recording and then it gets cut out. We got to keep punching in 6-7 times throughout the cast. So luckily we didn't have to bump it for you guys. Yeah. Everything is in order. But what'd you do yesterday? Both of you? We'll start with you, Dal. What'd you do? Or actually, no, we'll start with JJ. What did you do? Were you, did you get stuck anywhere?
I was that dumbass college kid who just made bad decisions yesterday. So the night before the storm happened, I went down to the Springs to go hang out with my buddy who I used to live with about a year ago. And we just I go down there every week just to lift because he's a big lifter. And
you guys are down there lifting? Yeah.
Like
couple stringers, just hitting the gym, little fitness.
We're trying to
maybe some Planet involved.
I'm kind of weirded out right now.
Wow.
Dang. Stringfest 2019 in the Springs. Sorry missed out.
Yeah, for sure. And so I just do that all the time. So it just seemed normal. And I even had a conversation with you and the owner of the shop. And we're like, yeah, last time it wasn't as bad. So I kind of expected that to still happen. So as normal, I just woke up around 8:30, got everything good, ate some breakfast, and then headed out. And I noticed it was coming down a bit. So I was like, fuck. Well, I'm not going to take I-25. I'm going to take Highway 83. And as you guys know, for people who haven't lived here or don't even know what Highway 83 is, it's literally flatland.
I don't even know what that is, and I live here.
Yeah. It's really, really far east of us.
It's literally farmland.
83 turns into Parker Road.
Okay.
If that makes sense. If that kind of gives you an idea as a local.
Yeah. And I just wanted to use that because that's I guess considered the back roads. And I thought that would have been the fastest way to get up here because I thought we were going to have work. So I was like, that's the best way to go. Well, it was literally the worst decision of my life.
Did you get stuck?
No, I didn't actually get stuck. Good. I was talking about the driving. After I got officially onto 83, dude, it was so bad. There was nothing to stop the wind from blowing.
Right.
No sun.
No windbreaks.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it was so bad out east.
It was white out. There was one point I couldn't even see a foot in front of me. It was so bad. And it was even worse because my windshield wipers, ice cubes were developing on there. So all my windshield wipers was doing was just kind of spreading the water across my freaking windshield.
Yeah.
So not only did the snow was blinding me, so was my windshield wipers. And there was multiple times I had to stop. Eventually I got to Franktown, and by the time I got there, I passed 2 closed road signs. I was probably one of the last people to leave 83
to get through there.
Or one of the last people to get through. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I think the Eastern Plains, the South, really got hammered with
because Lyman had 75-mile-an-hour winds.
Right.
That's insane.
And that's the thing with the plains. If you've never been to Colorado, it's so wide open that when you get these blizzards or these storms like this, when it creates so much wind, there is nothing to stop the wind. There's nothing to, it's just whipping wide open. So it creates these huge snow drifts. It makes the roads completely icy. So when you're getting a ton of wind blowing over the road with moisture, it was still 40 degrees yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we had a lot of snow in a short amount of time.
Feel like it.
And then with the wind chill, it was just freezing up all that moisture.
Dude, if you would have saw my car once I got to my dad's place, it literally looked like a freaking popsicle. It had streaks of ice just lining the car.
Were you doing Ace Ventura style? Were you hanging out the side of the
I was about to, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Come in, Tori. Tori's got a package bringing in for us.
I literally had to stop.
Thank you. That's not what I was expecting, but that's fine. I don't know what this is, to be honest.
That's fine, Dave.
I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Basically, I'm waiting on those heartbeats today. I think they're going to be delayed. We'll talk a little bit more about it all in Sneakers and Fashion, but I was like, yo, if a package comes in the middle of the cast, bring that shit through. We're trying to look at those shoes today, those Dunks, but the Dornbecker joints.
So badly.
Yeah, I can't wait to get them. But
so I'll tell you about my day. So we have JJ's, right? And he made the dumbass decision to go up to the Springs like an idiot.
You are one pathetic loser.
And I will say, driving to Certified today, I saw some of the cars that were abandoned.
Yeah.
Dude, they're freaking buried in snow.
Yeah. Yep, buried.
Snow and ice.
Insane.
Yep. Totally. So mine yesterday, so I actually had to go to work. So I woke my ass up, and my work starts at 9. So we have to be there at 8:30, prep the store, that kind of stuff.
It's really interesting. Yesterday morning, though, it literally was just rain, dog.
Yeah.
It was just like we were in a rainstorm.
It was raining last night, too.
At 8:30, or excuse me, at 8:10, while I was driving to work, 'cause it's a short commute. Dude, there was not a white speckle in sight.
Yep.
Everything was just dirty brown, winter or just winter grass, nothing with any life, growth, anything. Just super wet. And then I think it hit us about 10 o'clock, maybe 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock. The snow came in and it was gentle. And all of a sudden within half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, dude, we're talking whiteout conditions. It happened that quick. So, as you know, corporate structures, they don't close down very often, right? We got to stay open, not only for the employees to make their money, but for consumers, especially in the cell phone industry. We have to almost stay open to give these people with cell phones that may go out, because there were problems obviously with cell phone communication yesterday. We almost kind of stay open as kind of a lifeline for these people who need to make calls for the landline. Maybe their SIM card goes bad, maybe they just need some troubleshooting with their phones.
They can't get through to customer service on their phone to
we're
get their
kind of a valid
fixed. We're
a valid entity to almost stay open, so it's hard to close those down. Long story short, a DM and the territory manager ended up in our district. I can't speak for other districts. We ended up shutting everything down about noon yesterday and getting everybody home, because dude, employee safety was a big thing yesterday, and it was god awful yesterday. So we can't expect everybody to have 4-wheel drives here, maybe front wheel, maybe rear wheel. We had to send people home, man. So about noon we got home, and then
you cut it off at noon?
Yeah, we cut the stores off at noon. At least at my store in our district.
That just speaks to the amount of snow that fell in the time period it fell.
Yeah.
Because, I don't even know if that makes
I don't
any
even
sense.
think it was the
what was I
snow
trying to
that
say?
fell. It was more the wind that was whiting it out everywhere.
Right.
But a condition of both. I mean, visibility was the worst. Snow was falling at a rapid rate, but then you had so much moisture.
Especially over where we were east, dude, in Aurora.
And you had so much moisture previous to that, so everything that came down was just icing because of all that immense wind.
It was just sticking to the ground.
It was bad. Ground temperature still super cold, obviously. We've had a very, very cold winter. Maybe we haven't had as much moisture as past, but man, it's been a cold-ass winter.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
So, what about yours?
I was on my way into work, got a text from the boss, was like, hey, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
So turned around. I basically spent 2 hours in traffic because I'm driving in, and then I get the message to turn around. So I turn around and I'm driving back. You know what I mean?
Great.
And it was better on the way home, because I was able to just bail off I-25 and take a bunch of side streets, which still took a while.
Sure.
But the way there was awful.
Yeah.
And I was trying to take the best route to where I knew more people were going to travel, because I knew that would probably be the better way to go rather than trying to get through all this shit. Even though I just got the all-wheel drive car, I was sliding around like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I was
it was icy.
It was super icy.
Don't like snow.
Well, that's another thing too. So even though the car is all-wheel drive, I had no issues getting going. I had no problem getting going, feeling like I was going to be stuck. I had no issues with any of that. Yeah. Once in a while, if I gave it too much gas, I was sliding like a mug. Just
back end was coming out from.
Yeah, I was definitely sliding, so I had to be really careful with that. But another thing you have to be careful with, I've never owned an all-wheel drive car. I've never had a car with this kind of power. I've never had a four-wheel drive, an all-wheel drive, none of that stuff. I just owned whips, bro, just cars, like front-wheel drive, get by type shit. So with this car, one thing you have to remember even with an all-wheel drive is it doesn't stop any faster than a normal car. So just because you can get going quicker and you're not going to get stuck and you can actually feel like you're moving and feel like you have stability, you still need to go slow. You still got to take it slow because it's easy to come flying up on someone too fast and just slide right in the back of them in a situation like that. And that's what I found myself in. Not necessarily, I didn't have any close calls or anything, but I definitely tested it out. And I was like, oh shit, I'm still sliding quite a bit, and I was kind of just rallying the car a little bit, just testing the conditions out with the tires I have on. I just have regular all season tires. They're a little worn down. They're not 4-wheel drive tires. They're not made specifically for snow, and they don't have full tread on them. So I was kind of trying to be careful there. By the time I got home, it was chill. It was super chill. Just watched the snow. Just watched everything get crazy. Heard the wind all day.
Yeah.
Fireplace in my condo. Yeah. Pointless fireplace in a condo. You know how I feel about that shit.
Totally.
But just more annoying. I'm like, oh, cool. This fireplace that I don't use, that I'm never going to use, is letting heat leak out of my my condo, and it's also annoying as hell because it's all day long. Like, really?
Yeah.
Do people in condos and apartments need fireplaces? No. Jeez.
No.
Anyway,
it was a fancy ting.
Yeah,
it was a fancy ting.
So it was all right, man. I'm glad. I didn't have any family or friends that had any issues. Everyone was pretty safe.
Same over here.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Everyone was smart enough not to travel. The amount of people that tried to travel, including you, Stringsteen.
Take that L on the way out.
The amount of people that tried to travel in this and didn't kind of heed the warnings and heed advice, and I get it. We've gotten warnings before, and we're like, what happened here? This is not really.
That John Denver's full of shit.
Well, and Colorado changes so fast as well, right? Even when we do have these big dumps, I mean, the next half of the.
It's happened before the podcast, and by the time we're done, it's melted.
Right. Yeah.
By 3 o'clock, kids are like, "Oh yeah, we had a free day off from school. That's tight." Yeah, because there's no snow anymore. But
I get it.
Definitely
necessary yesterday. But for all the people that traveled, I mean, up and down I-25, they said there was 500 cars, over 500 cars abandoned out off I-70 in the Eastern Plains. They said it was over 100 cars out towards Kiowa and all that stuff.
Jeez.
So it was just a mess.
Yeah.
For anyone that tried to travel, I saw there was people still getting rescued overnight last night. There's people that spent the night in their cars and didn't get rescued until this morning.
Oh,
dude! No. And can you imagine? I was watching the news last night. I saw a story about a guy. He was in his car traveling from DTC to Colorado Springs. He got stuck at 11 a.m. and they didn't even get to rescue him until about 9:45 p.m. Dude,
wow!
Can you imagine leaving your house? I don't know if he was prepared. I don't know if he brought any food or any water or any blankets or anything else, but that's a long day.
Yeah,
that's a long day if you're prepared. Let alone if you're not prepared. If you didn't have any of that stuff in your car,
which lost his sanity that
day.
Right,
right, no doubt, dude. I mean, and even this morning, the highway was still shut down going to Colorado Springs. Once you got to Castle Rock, you could get from Denver to Castle Rock on I-25, but after that, it was shut down.
Outside of Castle Rock, they have that.
They said there's too many cars, dude. Yeah. Over 500 cars along I-25, just stranded, scattered everywhere. What do you do?
JJ, you're lucky you weren't that guy.
Yeah, like I said, there was I was passing closed road signs. I was the last one to get out because there was people turning around and everything. There was even a cop directing people to go away. Even when I got to Franktown, half the town was blacked out.
Right.
Well,
a lot of power outage.
Speaking of blackout, so just in the Denver metro area Wednesday, 184,000 Xcel Energy customers lost power.
Wow.
And some of those are still out today.
Yeah, they were apparently on the news. They said they were asking competitors help just to bring back power because there were so many people without it.
Well, and the other thing is coming in and out. Obviously, 1,292 flights in and out of DIA was also canceled, obviously.
I saw the airport was still open. They didn't shut down the airport fully, but there were just no flights going in or out.
Totally.
So if you needed a warm place to go, if you were, trying to chill, the airport was open. You can go in there. You can go to any of the restaurants, hang out. There was a lot of people. I think they said there was 4,000 people that ended up staying the night in the airport last night.
I believe it.
So that's pretty crazy. Luckily, we have an awesome airport here, DIA, Denver International. If you've never been through here, it is a badass airport, man. Sure. They've kept up. It's new in the realm of airports. I guess it's probably about 20 years old now. Yeah. But, in international airports, that's young.
They just added that hotel just outside of it, so they have so many places to stay. I can't tell you the expense or not on that, but
I bet you all the rooms and stuff definitely sold out in all those hotels around.
Growing airport, and that's like in walking distance. So yeah, pretty cool sitch.
What?
Plus, on top of that, Instagram and Facebook went offline yesterday.
I saw that.
They did. Yeah.
What was that about?
It was mostly like an upload. You couldn't really upload to either of the two.
Mine was just having trouble refreshing on IG, which I didn't really care that much because I was like, whatever.
Refreshing problems, but it was really you just could not upload to both. And then
I couldn't even answer some DMs.
And then on Facebook, you could comment, but your comments wouldn't show up, and they wouldn't go to the person who originally posted. So just some weird things.
Interesting.
That, but yeah,
what
coincidence?
Did your lady have to work?
Yes.
Because I know she works from home. It's funny. Me and my lady were talking about it because I was like, damn, I wonder if Robin has to work because she works from home. Yeah. So, like, are they like, oh, well, everyone else has got a snow day, like, out in retail, but you're working,
Yeah.
So how'd that go?
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? Before that, did she work?
Sorry.
She worked?
That was my Indian. Did you hear that?
What are you doing?
I don't know. That was, man.
Take that L on the way out.
It was okay. So I walk in, right? I wasn't, she knew that obviously there were weather things, and I was in communication with her on, kind of where we're at with the company. Are we closing? Babe, what are you doing? Are you going to drive home? Just setting expectations, which I'm not very good at, and I was doing a pretty damn good job, right?
Okay.
So the love tank was, I would say, at least 3/4 full. Okay. That's a good amount, right? And I'm getting home, and I'm fucking pretty scared, man. This drive home was. It was icy as shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad out there.
And we just
saw your
whip.
Forerunner, but again, 4-wheel drive doesn't help you on ice.
Right.
Ice is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got to take it slow. But so I finally get home and hug Robin and everything's good and whatever. And she's like, "Oh, babe, I just need to talk to you about something." And automatically, I just feel like I'm in trouble.
Oh, dude. Totally.
Because that's what I go to, right? Yep. I'm like, oh, my God. So what did I do now?
Who doesn't feel like trouble? When you get that, hey, can we have a talk? Hey, can we, whatever. You immediately, no matter who it is, it's a boss, it's a girlfriend, it's a relative, it's a friend. Yeah. You don't feel good. That's not a good way for someone to start a convo. Yeah. So I know how I feel. I try not to do that to people. Hey, I try not to even like, oh, hey, let me talk to you for a second. Yeah. It just weirds people out.
If your heart doesn't sink into your butthole, you're a dick.
Right.
I think that's what it is. Okay. Then you just don't give a
that
shit.
Or you're just perfect.
You just don't. Yeah, there, Mr. Perfect.
Right.
Okay, no problem.
That or you're Kurt Hennig. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, totally. So automatically I was like, oh, God damn it, I'm in trouble. My tank's low. Robin knows my tank's low, and I'm
below empty.
And I'm just like, oh my God, Robin, I'm not prepared to have a talk. I don't even know what the talk's about. And instead of me just being like,
Dallas, gosh damn it.
I know. Instead of me being like, babe, okay, well, hey, what's going on? How are you? What's new? What can I help you with? How can I be there for you? I'm a shithead, and I'm like. Okay, Robin, what's wrong? Not as bad as like, babe, I'm trying to take notes during the Grammys. What's going on? Leave me alone.
Not as bad as that.
It wasn't as bad as that, but it was like, oh my God, and I couldn't deal with it.
Well, it's a snow day. Where are you going to go? What do you mean, Dallas?
Yeah. I walked away. I walked to the man cave.
That's it.
Yeah. So I walked to the man cave.
Nowhere to run to, baby.
I have nowhere to run, so I walked to the man cave.
Okay.
And I'm just like, oh my God, I just got to be by myself for a little bit. I just can't handle this, okay? I just can't do this, man.
Getting claustrophobic there?
Yeah, I just had a treacherous drive. I'm already in trouble. I don't know what I did. I thought my tank was full. Robin's tank is full. 3/4 full. We're good to go. I thought everything's there. Babe, we need to have a talk. I'm not trying to have a talk, okay? I can't do this. I can't deal with this right now. I go to the man cave, and all of a sudden I just, let me relax. And again, I didn't set expectations. I didn't say, babe, you know what? Let's just talk about it a little bit later. Like, let me just get over this drive. Let me just get my shit together. It was a tough day. I had to close down the store.
Well, make it worse?
I'm just not ready yet. So can we talk a little bit later?
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't do that.
I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. I went up to the man cave, and you know what? Let's put a little salt in the wound.
Oh, jeez.
I fell asleep.
Oh, man.
No.
Dude.
Catching some Z's.
Robin came in there one time, didn't yell at me. She's just like, I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed in your communication or your lack thereof. And I said, okay, I just can't talk about this right now. I can't. And then, I actually fall asleep. And I believe that she was making noise on purpose a little bit later to kind of wake me up to get, hey, we need to talk. Now we really need to talk because I'll be jacking
Not
up.
good, Dallas.
I'm not communicating. I'm being
Not
a dick.
good.
It's not good. And finally, I wake up, I get my shit together, and there was definitely nowhere to run. And there was definitely nowhere to hide. Okay? We conversated.
Conversed.
We conversed.
Yeah.
For 4 hours.
Oh, shit.
After that.
Got deep.
We got really deep.
Okay.
Dude, and
Some
I don't
good
wanna
things?
I don't want to get too into it, but I'll tell you this. Some things that I've been blamed for, some things that she, that I blamed her for over the 6 years of our relationship, we definitely discussed. We definitely brought those up because some of those things have been addressed, but we really didn't tell each other how we really felt about it then or now. So I think we just hashed some things out. I think it was really, really good. I mean, there's been times I've been blamed for ruining trips to Vegas. You were a part of one of them.
Yep.
And again, what it comes down to is I'm just not a very good communicator. I'm trying, and I've gotten a lot better, especially in the relationship side. But I've been with in so many shitty relationships that I've learned some bad habits. I've learned to run my own business. I've learned to be on my own team because I don't feel like anybody else is there to support me. And again, now, like I told you in the last cast, told the audience, I said, hey, man, now that I'm in a healthy relationship, I use those words specifically, that's great, but that doesn't mean that I have the tools to be successful all the time or half the time or just be consistent with my behaviors.
Yeah.
And this was one of those days. And so we hashed a lot of stuff out from the past, from the current to the present, whatever, to the future. And we came up with a lot of great ideas. We came up with, because typically we don't come up with any, here's what we're going to do from now on. And it's maybe 2 or 3 things. We just kind of leave the conversation. Okay, cool, you good, I'm good, we're good. And then we go into the same fucking routine. It does not work.
Right.
You have to come up with solutions.
Gotta come up with stuff you're gonna do moving
You have to
forward,
put
dude.
stuff, and you
Yep.
have to hold each other accountable, which I hate because that's what I do at work as a manager. So it feels like I'm bringing work into home, and it just doesn't feel good or organic. But we had to. We made some good decisions. We're starting a designated date night, one night per week. We're gonna do that on Saturdays.
I thought you guys already had that. I feel like you guys
did.
go on more dates.
Yeah.
Full. You guys do more stuff,
dude.
You guys do more outgoing stuff than
we're in
I
there.
think maybe any couple I know.
Yeah.
You guys are, whether it's shows, new restaurants, doing movies,
Restaurant week, going out with her family,
comedians,
friends.
dude. You guys, you guys are always doing stuff. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Designated date
I
night
think
every Saturday now.
Yeah, so we're going to do a designated date night every Saturday. Now, things can come up, right? But that's also what we also agreed on is obviously me communicating a little bit better, even if it hurts. My thing is I don't like to hurt feelings if I don't have to, right? I don't think anybody does naturally. But for me, I won't lie, but I'll cover it up, or I just won't say what I really feel sometimes, and just kind of sweep it under the rug because it's not hurting that other person. I want to be clear on that. The only one that's hurting is me because I'm the one that has the issue with it. I'm the one that has the problem with it. So what I will do is somebody says, hey, let's go to this restaurant. And I'll be like, okay, cool. And in my heart of hearts, I'll be like, fuck that restaurant, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat that shit.
Right.
Why would I want to go do sushi? That sounds like the worst thing ever. So instead of saying that to Robin, be like, babe, I don't like sushi. You can shove your sushi up your ass.
Why would you? You don't even have to say that. You can just say, babe, I don't like sushi. Why don't you do that with one of your friends? You'd have so much more fun.
But that's just it. That's
simple.
how I feel in my heart. But I'm not going to say any of that. But I'm also not going to say, you know what? Sushi sucks, babe. It's not for me. Go do it with you, your friends, your family, whatever. I support that. I just won't walk in your parade with you, okay? I don't want that. So I think now, and that's a little thing, right? But I think if I have a problem with something, I think if I can almost over-communicate, like, hey, I have a problem with it, or hey, I'm apprehensive about that, here's why. So my partner, my teammate, feels like they're a part of kind of
your thought process and to understand. Now they're much more able to understand.
Which is going to save you a lot.
Ton of time.
When it comes to resentment as well.
Yeah.
Don't think that I don't have any resentment from the past as well that I've carried. And is it Robin's fault? Absolutely not. She doesn't even know.
Yeah.
So those were some of the things that we kind of worked on, talked about. Again, starting with the date night, starting with communication. We kind of have a structure that we created and that we're going to try to follow, that she understands me and I understand her, and to abide by that. And when I don't, or when she doesn't, we're going to call each other out because, hey, we agreed on this.
Yep.
Hey, we agreed that this is the way we're going to handle it. So
I think that might have been
but there was definitely nowhere to,
that might have been a missing piece, dude, or a little bit of a missing piece is the not only your communication and all that stuff, but the fact that you realize, like, all right, we've got to make a plan. We've got to have a resolution that we both agree to and stick to it and hold each other accountable, because my girl and I do that, and it's been working so well, dude.
That's it.
It's been working so well because we can look back like, hey, man, we said we weren't going to do that. Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Like, she can say that to me or I can say that to her. Yeah. And then
it's not a dig.
No,
right?
it's like,
which
dude,
is super
you're doing
important.
what we said we weren't going to do.
Because if you have a wall up, then you're the dick.
Yeah.
You're the one with the problem, because we said that this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. You on the team or you not?
That's it.
You know what I mean? And that's my biggest thing is it's like, I don't want you ever bailing off the team. I want everything to be team. I want you to be in for the team at all times. Right. If I'm messing up, let me know. If you're messing up, I'll let you know. Let's be on the same squad, and let's do it from a loving, supporting place of, hey, we're trying to get better together. We're not trying to, one person's trying to, see, well, I'm doing what we said. You're not doing it. Yeah. I don't want that either.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fucking do that shit.
Are you 5?
Who wants, right, exactly. So you don't want that either. So you gotta do it in a way that is team, that is supportive, that makes her feel supported. She's got to make you feel supported in the same way. Totally. And I think maybe that's a little bit of what you guys were missing there is the resolution piece and being able to take that out of the combo, because you just spent 4 hours. How many times have you spent 2, 3, 4 hours talking and gotten nowhere because you didn't create a plan moving forward?
And we've never spent that amount of time, I'll tell you that. But I think that's why we spent that much time saying, hey, we're just keeping going, or we're just continually going in circles.
You guys
here.
never talk 4 hours
What are we going to do?
Right.
What is the solution?
Yeah.
And literally, shout outs to Robin. She wouldn't let me leave the table.
That's dope. That's good.
I couldn't leave the table.
That's good.
There was nowhere to run.
You need that too.
And there was nowhere to hide.
Even you and I have had talks about communication in the past couple months. Like, we've gotten better. We've had to get better with certain things. Like, oh shit, man, I thought you were thinking this. Oh, I thought you were thinking this. Well, why did we do that? Because we didn't tell each other what we were thinking. You know what I mean? So we each thought something different. Sure. So if we were communicating, we wouldn't need to think that. So that's just the biggest thing in life, guys. Mm-hmm. In life, I would agree. So it's cool, man. So it's actually had nowhere to run. Yesterday.
Kingsbury takes
that's what I want. Yeah. It really sucks that you had nowhere to go on a snow day. Yeah. But I think it was for the best, dude. It sounds like it was.
Well, I hope so.
Sounds like this was one of the best things that could happen on a snow day.
Yeah, unfortunately, yesterday I would argue with that, but today, as it is a new day, and I'm not going to be perfect continually, neither is she. I think we're in a better headspace, and for once, it's not like, oh, babe, yeah, you're right, I love you, fine, we're good. Then we go our separate ways. We don't go our separate ways, but at the end of the evening, then I go to watching the Houston Rocket taking on Golden State, and she goes to watching her, Discovery shows and home and garden shows, whatever, and then we act like everything's okay, but there was never ever a valid solution or solutions involved. So
yeah,
I think we're in a step in the right direction for sure.
You made it, bro. I think you guys are on to new, like you said, dude, new day.
Hopefully.
It's a new day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Had to drop that in for my all my wrestling people out there.
Bet.
No, so I do think it is a new day for you. I think you guys are going to do well. I think having a plan is always better than trying to fly by the seat of your pants with anything in life. If you can be a little bit more prepared, or you can understand what you're working towards, whether it's a resolution, whether it's a common goal, if you're working towards something, it's always, in my opinion, I work best when I'm working towards something.
Yeah.
My girl and I right now, we're in a situation where she stays with me quite a bit, but is back and forth towards residences. We've had the talk like, hey, in this relationship, what are we working towards? The next step, which is probably moving in. But we know we're not fully ready to just move in right now. Sure. So we're both working towards that.
Yeah.
And all the recent stuff that's happened has been awesome for us. Everything that's happened, good and bad, we've been able to take positives from it and build from it. Even from the worst shit to the best shit, we're still able to build positive, or take positive things out of it and take things that we can both agree that we're doing wrong and move forward with.
That's dope.
And hold each other accountable, like you said. So super excited about that, man. We have tons of show for you today. So much stuff to get into. Definitely want to get into the YouTube comments. We'll actually do that in a second. We'll start with YouTube comments. We don't start with that too often. So we'll go there. Sneakers, Supreme, a lot of stuff. We had the drop that came out today. We'll talk about that. The NFL free agency, some of the big trades that went down. Obviously, Odell Beckham Jr., that big trade.
Shocking.
I wanted to go over the trades, see who kind of got the better deals. I want to talk about a little bit about free agency too, as well as maybe some of the people that are left, that are unsigned free agents,
there's
still
some
looking
big
for
names.
some homes.
Yeah, for sure.
So talk about that a little bit as well, and then. Dude, the college admission scandal. That is crazy stuff. And this is just the beginning. Every day I'm seeing more and more stuff come out about it. So it's going to be very interesting to follow that story. So I want to get into that as well. But like I said, let's start with the YouTube comments.
Mixing it up. YouTube comments.
Yeah,
first.
I want to give you some shine. A lot of people came through with comments. There was a ton of comments
in
there. So I want to get into those.
Let's hit them.
Let me see. Damn, how far you've come, man. I remember the few vlogs. Salute. That's from Mook Young, Mook 355 Young. Appreciate him coming through. Dope. Old people watch. I get a lot of people that used to mess with the vlogs. Now they mess with the podcast. Now I get a lot of people that used to mess with the vlogs and now they hate me because I do the podcast. So if you're still rocking, I appreciate you, man. If you're not, you find a new friend. I don't know.
You're missing out.
There's a ton of people doing what you wanted to see.
Well, there's a lot of apps too.
And it's not to say that I'm not going to ever do that again, or we're not going to ever do that again either. So if you're still rocking, you're going to rock with the whole journey. You're going to you were here with the vlogs, you're now here with the podcast, and you're going to be here with the next step that we take and the next direction we go. So you're in or you're not. And if you want to jump on the bandwagon later when we go back to that, that's fine. Yeah. I might kick you in the dick, but I'm not going to push you off the float. You know what I mean? You still jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, just play it like the Cleveland Browns. There'll be a lot of bandwagoners on that.
Right, America's team. You see, I tweeted that out the other day.
True that.
All right, so let's continue along. I actually had a few from the last cast that came in like really late, so I just want to get these.
Get them refreshed.
Yeah, the homie Jay Nasty came through. Let's see here. Podcast 50. Congratulations. You all have it that so many people spend countless years searching for. Oh, you all have the it that so many people search for. Keep it rolling. I see so many people trying to copy what y'all doing. Funny thing is, the same people have 10 to 20 times your subscriber count. Think about that. This channel is going to fucking blow. Straight up. Thanks for making my days better. Dal and Robin, I haven't forgotten about you and will continue to pray for you that you find your way through this grieving process. Nothing but love. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Means a lot.
Jay Nasty, the homie.
Always coming through.
Let's see. Mike the Man. Cast was so dope. Great guest, guys. This is when he was talking about having JR in.
Yeah,
the re-up.
JR from the re-up.
So got some positive feedback on JR's appearance here. I've been a longtime follower of TTF. When you guys tried to live cop the Supreme, that was so cool. I suggest you guys do more of that kind of stuff. Maybe JJ can even edit in some screen records from your phones. But regardless, fun to share the L's with y'all. That's pretty funny.
That's dope, man. Yeah, well put together comment. I like it. But yeah, no, we were gonna do it this morning. We've been kind of doing this live kind of cop right before the cast. So maybe we can ingrain that into it. But yeah, it's a great idea.
Jay Nasty, he had a couple more. Sorry, he was kind of finishing his thought here. He had a comment. Let's see. Quick clarification. I cannot stand FB, which is Facebook. People are so fake, and frankly, I don't trust Facebook with my information. That said, flip the script and use them. Take advantage of the platform. It'd be a great way for myself and others to talk about the topics further, engage with each other. People will get sharing posts. People will get to sharing the posts and vlogs, etc. In the end, regardless of how we feel about the platform, let's use it to our advantage. I'd be happy to set it up for y'all, and I'm sure the others would be happy to help. Just a thought. Definitely thought about it, dude. Yeah. And I think you're right. I think it all comes down to time, and it comes down to being able to set it up and go through it. You know, I want people to be able to interact with the in comments and stuff like that. But I guess it's more like we interact with you guys through the show. So I don't want to be spending a ton of time on Facebook clapping back in comments and going back and forth on stuff when I'm going to be talking about it on the show. We're going to be addressing those things on the show. You know what I'm saying? So I'll still, same thing with IG. Like I comment back with people. I give them answers if they need answers on size and whatever. But I try to keep a lot of that shit for the cast. Yeah. You know, I try to save it for the cast so we can provide good content and a good show for you guys. But no, I see you on the Facebook thing. I appreciate the comment. I think it's well thought out. I think it's insightful, and I agree. I think that's something we probably need to leverage and take advantage of. Yeah. And that's all coming as soon as we get to doing this more and more full time, and as we get, you know, just being able to chop up little trailers for the videos, little quick, little funny things that happen in the show. Maybe uploading getting those things uploaded to IGTV and those previews uploaded to Facebook, all that stuff's going to help the cast grow. It's kind of just getting a format and getting it to where we can do it while we're doing our other jobs, and that's what's currently hard.
Yeah.
You know? So let's jump into, or let's go into the next one here. The homie Mark is in. I know this comment won't help too much. Mark, why are you leaving comments that won't help too much? But I didn't even read the rest of the thing.
At least he's setting expectations.
Thanks, Mark.
I can get better at that.
Appreciate it. All right, so I know this comment won't help too much, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to take off the ATR stripping off an Ultra Boost, because there's pictures online of the second SNS Social Status Ultra Boost collab where people took the stripping off the toe box. I just have no idea how, LOL. I'm sure it's not easy at all.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think he's saying some mistypes. I think he's saying the other Ultra Boost that we just got wouldn't even be worth it just to remove the ATR stripping.
Yeah.
How about no?
How about no?
There he is.
I wouldn't do it.
I'm trying to read. I'm sure it's not easy at all. So at this point, would that got Ultra Boost be even?
Oh, the Game of Thrones.
There you go.
The Game of Thrones Ultra Boost.
Would it even be worth removing? I'm sorry, dog. I butchered the shit out of your comment, Mark. I'm sorry, dude.
Take that L on the way.
That's all me. That's all me. Yeah, I don't do abbreviations. The Game of Thrones Ultra Boost.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't even no periods between it, so it just said got. So I was like,
Was it all caps at least?
no, it was a capital G, a lowercase O, and a capital T.
Oh, see, that's not going to work.
I was just kind of, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if the keyboard, the 5-year-old hit the keyboard on accident for a sec, or you were typing, he was eating Cheerios. I don't even know if you have kids, Mark, but appreciate you, dog. The Dirty DJ. Man, I remember that 50 Cent album. Seemed like every time we rolled into the club, they were playing songs. Such a staple.
Yeah.
Def got my interest with that Neverland documentary. As a father of 2, you can never be too careful. Agree completely on a lot of stuff that is brought to light in the social media world we live in today. Those H&M joggers are still around. I think they're only $29, so that's the pair Dow had on. Paul, are you listening? Paul, wake up. Paul.
Hello, Paul.
I'm firing shots for Paul. I'm trying to get his attention. Paul, the H&M joggers are still around. Only $29.
Steal.
My guy. They have he says he has a ton of pairs as well. Only problem is the black ones fade like crazy. We just talked about that.
They sure do.
They do. They fade like a mug, dude.
And they rip pretty easy if you're jumping over fences.
If you're jumping off, mine got some.
Watch.
Mine have a nice custom to them. They just got a couple rips in the bottom. Looks like they came that way because of the spike fence that
was that
left my
was that
ankle.
the scooter day?
Yeah,
that was a great day,
dude. My ankle's still healing.
Is it?
That scar took so long to heal right on my ankle.
You had to put that CBD on it.
I know.
Get the CBD all over it.
He finishes up here. You guys had me dying when you read my workout comment. I just mean it would be great comedy for JJ out there to put you guys through a session of his favorite gym, Planet Fitness. Just a little clanging and banging, you know.
Yeah.
Def wouldn't want any cardiac arrest because I need my bi-weekly podcast. Can't wait to hear today's takes on all the NFL moves and NFL traits, etc. Keep up the good work, fellas. Dirty DJ, my man, coming through.
We got you.
Appreciate it, dog. Brian the Philly Plug is in. Yo, family, another killer cast, even though I got hit with some accidental friendly fire bitch shots about the inertias. That shit had me cracking up. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. Big shout out to JJ in the last cast with the hilarious photo he put up of Antonio Brown and the manatee. Great. The manatee. Great job, JJ.
Nice.
Thanks.
P.S. We need some Stony Island today. That's for you. I'm so out on Stony Island.
We'll definitely talk about that here in a bit. But
you guys have to fill me in. I'm so far out.
The price points.
Dow, one quick thing. Did you see the Supreme tape measure is 6 feet in the USA, but in the UK it's 2 meters?
I brought that up.
The collector and you may need both.
I do.
You brought that up?
Yeah.
He brought the meters versus. I
thought it was like different. I don't know the conversion between. Unfortunately, I don't know the conversion between meters and feet. So I was like, I thought the British one might be shorter or longer. I just didn't know. I think I possibly brought that up before the cast. So
it wasn't on the cast.
Didn't help. I don't know. It was during when JR was here. So I cut in here and there.
Regardless, 2 meters does equal 6 feet. So it's the same regardless. Obviously in the UK they just use meters. They don't use inches and feet, and they're on
as a collector. Do you feel like you need both?
How are you gonna get both?
I think you can probably. There's probably a purchase option on StockX. There might be. I don't know.
Let me look it up real quick.
We'd have to see, but yeah, maybe I do.
Okay,
I
yeah,
at
look it
least
up.
need both colorways. Now, sizing versus meters versus inches or feet, I don't know if I need that, but I need the red one. I got the black one, whatever.
Well, all right. So
Let's start with that. Let's just get both
yeah, I was going to
colors.
say I don't know if I even heard that. So if you did say that on the cast, I'll
Take that L on the way out.
My bad. I need to listen a little bit more.
Oh, look at that. You can. You have the metric. Yeah.
You can go the metric on StockX, or you can go the
Yeah.
The
Imperial
US of A.
or metric.
nice.
Ironically, the Imperial doesn't have photos, but the metric does.
Interesting. Let's see. Lastly, TTF Killer WWE recap, always so in depth.
Yep.
Now that being said, this part of the cast reminded me of trying to explain sneaker reselling to my 86-year-old grandma. She just doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Dow had the exact body language and responses.
Yeah.
Example, looking at the shoelace package and around the room, and short responses. But we know he isn't a WWE guy.
Yeah.
But he's trying, and that's what matters.
Sure.
Make sure he watches WrestleMania with you. Dow.
I think so. Yeah, I was gonna actually do a little invite on WrestleMania. Like, hey, maybe I'll go to your crib or something.
You were going to do a little invite? So you were going to invite
I was
yourself?
gonna invite myself. Yeah.
Sick.
Take that L on the way out.
That's tight. That's
Yeah,
tight.
If you aren't busy.
That's a Springsteen move. That's not your style.
Hey man, I'll see you at WrestleMania at
Have
your
I
house.
ever shown up without an invite?
No, I'm just messing with
Yeah.
you. I'm just
Make sure you got the Pizza Hut.
Ooh,
I'm on my way.
I have this already.
Zah.
All right. Doug is in. We had a lot of comments on the Michael Jackson stuff, so we'll kind of hit on those as we go. Doug, I disagree. Thomas, it's weird for a little boy to go sleep over at a grown man's house to play. Okay. So a little boy is supposed to have judgment. What are you saying here?
Yeah.
It's a little kid. He's supposed to have... Why are little kids little kids? Why do we look out for our little kids the way we do? Are we supposed to expect them to know right from wrong at that age, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old? Are we supposed to expect them to say, no, I'm not going to go to Michael Jackson's house when this has been my idol since I was walking?
Totally. Are you sure? Was there no emojis after that? Was he not being sarcastic?
I don't know.
There's a reason why so many kids got kidnapped because
I have no idea.
people
That's
offer
a-
candy to
I feel
them.
like that's a sarcastic remark where he is on our side, but he says he disagrees. I don't know. I don't
Dog,
understand.
it literally says, I disagree, Thomas. It's weird for a little boy to go sleep over a grown man's house to play, period. Nothing more, nothing less. How do you take that? If you're serious in that comment, I don't know what to tell you, my guy. If you think a kid should know better whether or not to go to a grown man's house to play, not let alone Michael Jackson, let alone when your parents have said it's cool and taken you there,
Yeah.
and the
Seems
parents
fishy.
have been invited there, I don't know what you want from the kid to do.
There's a reason why we have parents to begin with.
Dude, there's a kid. You're a kid. You can't make decisions.
Right.
You can't make qualified decisions yourself.
That's
you
why
have to be
Interesting.
protected. You're a kid.
That's why
Interesting.
R. Kelly was able to take all those girls into his house. Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Maybe explain yourself next time or next guest. Let me know what you mean. Who was that?
His name's Doug.
Okay. All right, Doug.
GoldenEye, great cast, guys. I had no idea Wade Robson had a relationship with MJ. Dude, neither did I until I saw the documentary. I didn't know shit about it.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people that disagree with me. There's been a lot of people that have Michael Jackson's back throughout this whole thing. They have gone through and looked up a ton of stuff on Wade Robson. People have been sending me links. I've watched everything. I've watched all that stuff.
All that shit.
Hasn't made me change my mind.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll agree to disagree, and we'll get to all that. Let's see. Sucks he was abused, but I never liked that fool. He split up Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, LOL, which is, true.
When they were wearing the denim costumes,
Yeah,
remember that?
yeah.
They're both in denim.
Denim Dan.
Denim Dan.
There's no way my kids are ever with people I don't know.
That's
if
what
they
I'm
want to
saying.
go to a friend's house, I need to vet the parents 6 months ahead of time. Too many sickos nowadays. I ain't taking any chances. Companies are even coming out with GPS tracker keychains for kids. Yep.
Yeah. And they got the smart watches that have the SOS on them now.
Yep.
And they make calls, emergencies, that kind of stuff. Yeah, totally.
Shout out to JJ for acknowledging Apple. I always saw the iPhone as Apple's gateway drug into their
Sure.
ecosystem. Once you get an iPhone, it's all over. The Apple Watch comes next, then the iPad, the MacBook, the Apple TV start making sense, and you get everything because it all works so well together, and there's no room for non-Apple products in the crib.
Well,
It's the Apple ecosystem.
Right.
the
He's
crazy
totally
thing
right, dude.
is that I started out, my first smartphone was a iPhone 4S. So I started out with the iPhone, but after seeing the Android, when they were booming, sort of like Adidas, I was like, I need that shit.
Right. You got
But
caught
then
in the hype.
eventually,
And,
like through high
Apple
school
killer
and everything,
and da-da-da-da-da.
it's crazy because I was in high school. I used Apple all day long in my classroom.
Interesting.
But like
You just wanted to be repelled, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Now
sure.
you're
I'm
over it.
regretting
Right.
it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're trying to go get the tattoo. You got laser removed.
Now you see the power in the ecosystem with Apple.
Yeah.
Now that you're working with
Well,
Apple.
I'm now into like the real workforce.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of, I'm surprised you don't have any face tattoos with your generation, JJ.
Yeah.
Seems like the
When you
the
get your
thing to
face
do.
tattoo.
that's so stupid, dude.
Hey, I'm glad you smartened up before you got here.
Yeah, no kidding.
He continues along. Actually, no, let me say this really quick. He's so right. Apple ecosystem. We've both worked in technology,
Totally.
telecom, over a decade, each of us. A lot of time in the industry. It's exactly what it is. First, you get the iPhone, then you get the watch, and
Yeah.
then the iPad, and then the MacBook, and the Apple TV.
Yeah, what's up with these AirPods?
Right, AirPods. Dude, I have everything.
Shit's golden.
And I'm the same way. I was an Android user. I was a hardcore Android user until about 2012 or 13. 13, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I was gifted an iPhone, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was the most simplistic. It was everything I had been wanting to do in a simple manner without having to use a million extra apps and a million that put adware and spam and spyware and all this shit on my phone and made my phone run slow. Androids were the greatest phone ever for the first 6 months.
Hell yeah, they
Thing
were.
is fire
Yeah.
for the first 6 months, and then it just turns into a pile, dude.
Pile of junk.
But he's totally right. Ecosystem, Apple couldn't have said it any better.
I was an Android guy too for a while. T-Mobile was one of the last of the big companies to get a contract with Apple, so we had to sell against them for a long time.
He finishes up here. Phone prices have gotten out of hand. $1,000+ for a phone is crazy. Man, I miss the $200 subsidized smartphone days. Dal, any thoughts on the Galaxy Fold?
Yeah, the Fold is dope, man. So Motorola's
I don't
coming
even
out.
know about that. Tell me about it.
Motorola's
That's
coming out with.
supposed to be nuts.
Yeah, Motorola's coming out with their own. I think Huawei even is going to come out with one. So obviously Samsung is great. They're pioneers. I think I would argue that when they come up with something, it's usually pretty innovative. It's something new, and they put a lot of backing behind it because Samsung's a major corporation. That being said, Apple will do that same thing maybe a year, maybe 2, maybe even 3 years later. Remember water resistance? Dude, Androids have been doing that for years, right? Yeah. Wireless charging. Samsung, especially, has been doing that for years. Apple comes and does it a lot later, but it's perfect technology usually when it comes out with Apple. That being said, the Fold technology is cool. I like the idea of folding it because it's phone size, then it folds out to be almost more like a tablet size. So the idea of having a phone and not having to carry a tablet as well, like at the podcast. I could have a foldable phone that, folds out to more of like a tablet situation. And I'm sure I can get a pencil that works for that, whether Samsung comes out with it or what. So I get it, but at $1,980 price point, get the hell out of here.
9,000, you said?
No, $1,980. It's
nuts.
That technology is not good yet. It's not perfected. It's new. For me, I'm gonna have 2 devices for 2 different purposes.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
I could see that bricking so easily.
It could. Just like the Adapt BBs that you just bought?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I could just going back and forth, I could just see that creating a problem. If
I like
you
the
do
idea.
it way too much,
Yeah.
or if you just have like how people have like nervous tics, like just flipping the phone in and out during class or
Yeah,
something. Like
just
that.
messing with it too much. Hinges coming. Yeah. Totally. But you could do that with anything, dog. You could have the AirPod case, and if you're flipping and open
Well,
the
I'm
top
just
all day, it's
saying-
probably not going to work that
Okay.
well after a little bit.
I'm just saying that specifically because not only it's an Android, it's also new technology, and it's I just don't
get you.
see it
I feel
playing
you.
out well.
It's exciting, but it's not there yet.
The homie Jeff Kirby is in. TTF, I was stoked to hear you cop the Ford Edge Sport. I had a 2015 version before and swapped for an Explorer. The twin turbo engine is so quick. It's almost too fast for the car, as it'll pull pretty hard to one side if you gun it from a stop. The best thing about the Sport model, though, is the suede inserts on the seats. Man, I miss those. I also love how the Edge still drives like a car rather than an SUV. You can fly in and out of parking spaces and around corners like nothing. By the way, when Dal was saying he bought an accessory for the 4Runner, I thought he was going to say he tried to buy Ford Sync.
No.
Got to get that tech, Dal.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I like what Kirby says right there because I noticed the suede on your seats. That was one of the first things I noticed, right?
Yeah.
I'm a detail guy. And you know what, Kirby, you know what thought I had? I was like, I get it. Twin turbo, SUV, super fast, got more horsepower. My WRX, I found out, it had 268 stock. Okay, so I looked that up, found out the exact specs. we're talking over 300 horsepower. Those suede inserts are necessary to keep your ass in the seat. I believe that's what I told you, and I was you're like, oh, maybe so.
I think you're. But after you said it, I was like, damn, I never thought about that. It was insightful.
It looks fire though. I think it's very well done.
Right? Yeah. If it was leather, you'd be sliding all over the damn car,
for sure.
sliding around turns and shit.
Yeah, not good.
It was fun in the snow this morning. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time getting here today.
Just plowing through snow.
Yeah, plowing through, sliding around, sliding on the ice, whipping like he said. Dude, it's like a car.
Yeah.
Driving that SUV is so much fun. It's not a real SUV. It's not going to go do any rock crawling. It's not going to go up any trails and mountains. But you know me, dog. I don't do that stuff. Right. I'm not Mr. Mountains.
I wonder if it pulls to one side because it has so much power. Like maybe the power to weight distribution maybe is a little off or something. Chassis is a little lighter than what I don't know. Who knows?
For sure.
Well, I'm a car guy, but not that much, The
homie Irvin's in. Guys, MMA info is nice. Never expected y'all to be Ariel Hawani, but since I first commented, you guys have done a great job talking about it.
Nice.
Keep killing it, y'all, and stay with the same energy about the 700s and how fucking ugly they are.
That's ironic.
Don't fall into the hype, regardless of if they're under retail or exactly 300. Much success. That's fucking funny.
What are you gonna say to that? Yeah, hey, we appreciate that.
Thrown out the window.
Hey, just like I'm not a wrestling guy, I like to know a little bit. I'm learning. We're getting better, but this isn't a full-time gig.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We're novice MMA guys, so when we bring in our novice shit here, I get it. Like sometimes you're like, yo, fucking pick it up, dog. That shit's not flying over here.
What are we doing?
So I understand that too, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not. I'm just, this is what it is. I'm not getting better. So we've definitely tried and made sure to get better. Again, we're not going to be experts. We're not going to belong on TV. We're not going to belong on an MMA channel.
Yeah.
But I think we can talk about it in a better way, in a more educated way, and give some opinion on some things because that's what we see.
Sure.
And it's our opinion.
Yeah, and if we watched it live, like maybe we don't know who the next 3 people in that division, who's going to get the title, who's going to get the chance to fight for the title, but we're going to damn sure know what we saw. We're going to talk about what we saw. We're going to analyze that just a little bit and,
move along. Exactly.
Try to get you guys a little info.
Yep.
And speaking of which, did you guys see that McGregor got arrested in Florida?
Yes.
Did see that. Yeah, he stole somebody's phone and broke it.
Yeah. And did you see his face in the cop car? He was just so...
smiling. Yeah, he was cheesing. He was in the cop car looking back like that.
Dude, I think his whole family was down there for Florida because I saw pictures.
Dude, check out his story.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So because I saw his mom, his dad, they were all holding alligators, and then he was going to go wrestle one. There's pictures of him and, his wife or his lady, Dee Devlin, I think is her name.
Shout out to the dude taking his photos. Like, damn.
Yeah. Ballsy.
No shit.
No, like, they're just quality photos.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, of when he was there with his family. Yeah, totally. Gotcha.
I think... I don't know. I don't really have a ton of comments on Conor. I think Conor's going to do what Conor does, I think
he's a fighter.
That's what makes him so great.
Right.
He's like Russ.
I think they're...
he's one of the best self-marketers of his time, I'd say.
No doubt. Blake P comes through. Love Dow's Deion Sanders jersey. I had both red and black as a youngster and wish I could find them now. I got the red one as well. Nice. I remember wearing my jersey to a 49ers game. Whole fam was 49er fans growing up in California at Candlestick when I was a kid, and Deion ran back the kickoff, possibly the opening kickoff, the length of the TD for the field. He silenced the home crowd, and I was on cloud 9. I had posters of Neon, Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson in my room as a kid. Used to collect their shoes, gear, and now it's a shame that I don't have any of it. That jersey takes me way back, so thanks for that, Dallas.
Dope, man. Glad we could help out. Dude, I'm the same, man. We're victims of not living in the past, but of previous athletes. And, and we love to celebrate them.
Yep.
So
he finishes, I can definitely hear some buzzing like you mentioned.
Take that L on the way out.
We will definitely take that out. Multiple people mentioned that. Multiple people hit me on social, so thank you guys. We are getting a new splitter. I think it's the splitter. I think this is just like the shitty Best Buy brand or whatever. Yeah. That's what you were saying.
Sure. Insignia.
Insignia. Yeah. So we need this thing. I think it was like $8. So we need to go. We need to get like a heavy duty.
We'll get a sick one.
Yeah, nice joint. Actually, because I think let's look at the connections we have. We have this thing making the 3.5 millimeter jack.
Yeah,
quarter
compatible.
inch. So you have that connecting there. Then you have it going into here. You have all the headphones coming out here. I think it's just too much connecting. We need to get one that goes right into quarter inch jack. Boom, plugs right in. Our shit's plug in smooth. Everything's fire.
Totally. Yeah. I remember our first time when the splitter took a shitter. No doubt.
Do you?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying that?
No, just now.
Hell yeah!
All right, cool.
All right.
Mike the Man is in. Amazing cast, guys. Oh, Mike's getting 2 comments on here because I read his one from the last Last cast. Amazing cast again, guys. Quick note, though. Whiskey's aging only takes place while it's in the barrel, where it develops all its flavor profile. Once it's removed from the barrel, the aging process stops, and it does not develop any further flavor profiling from how the bottle sits on shelves.
Nope.
I don't know anything about wine, so I can't comment on that, but Crown Royal is made just down the road from me, so I know a little bit. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good to
dope.
know.
Dang.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I didn't really know that either. I didn't know if it gets better or not, but if it after it leaves the cast,
It's not going to go bad, though.
Yeah,
Let's just
no.
say that, right?
Yeah.
If it sits in the bottle, it's not going to
Yeah.
go bad on the
Yeah.
shelf. It's just not going to gain any extra
it's just
flavor
not
like
gonna
he's saying.
Yeah, it's not going to change necessarily its chemistry.
Nice. The homie Black Prez is in. JJ, when is your birthday? Date and year. Are you a Super Bowl baby or not? Damn, he is full. Prez, we got to give some shots. Prez is up on this Super Bowl baby combo.
And crazy you say that. A couple days ago, I was just listening to music while working, and I actually found your Spotify page.
Oh, Black Prez, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it at first. I recognized it. I think it's like it has something to do with 303. It threw me off. Then I asked.
Oh, I think
Thomas
it was
about
the
it.
song was That 303.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was called. Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to you. Dope song, by the way. But also my birthday is August 20th, 1998. So I was a Christmas present.
1998 full. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
This
I just
fool-
realized something.
What's
5
that?
years ago, I was leaving middle school.
5 years ago. Wow. That's wild to think. Dude, you think about this, everything, all the stuff this guy, I mean, he was not around for the Oklahoma City bombing. He wasn't around for the 1996 bombing at the Atlanta Olympic Games. Columbine happened in 99. This guy might have been 1 year old. I don't even think you were one yet. I think that happened in the spring of 99.
Yeah.
March or April. Then you got the towers going down in 2001. That was, you were
I was
3, maybe 3.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, you were 3. You were 3 in
Three,
September, so you were 3. Just nuts to think about, dude. Especially as a guy in his early 30s. It's like I throw you songs all the time. I'm like, JJ, what do you know about this? And you're like, nothing, man. Nothing.
Also,
Everything.
doesn't help that I was sort of sheltered because I was kind of brought up in that generation.
Right,
but
right. Yeah, I guess you're right. And plus, you were the oldest. You didn't have an older brother. You didn't have a bunch of older people showing you cool shit. All the tight shit that happened in the 90s, you missed.
Yeah.
You didn't have anyone showing you anything. So it kind of just was what it was, man.
Dang, that was
it's weird to realize.
98 Winter Olympics, dude, in Nagano,
Oh my goodness.
in Japan.
Wow.
I
Remember
have
that?
no idea what that is.
Nagano? Oh, geez.
Nagano.
I didn't even know that was a place.
The homie Rocky Contreras is in. Such a great cast. Keep it up. Appreciate you, my dog. And he says the Solar Red Mesh NMDs also crease. It's so weird.
The Solar Red Mesh NMDs. I'm trying to think what. Let me
Look those up.
here.
We'll move along here. All right. Let's see here. Oops. Shit, sorry, dude.
Wait, are those the Campbell soup joints? Dude,
Campbell
those
soup
are the Campbell
joints.
soup joints. Remember the Solar Reds?
Let me see him. No, oh yes,
Do you
dude.
remember those?
I think that's exactly what he's talking about. Solar Red with the all solar. Yeah,
See,
yeah,
and I
exactly.
had those, but I sold them. I sold them as DS back in the day, at the height of NMD sales, so I couldn't hold on to them. But yeah, I call those the Campbell soup joints. I don't know why. They look like tomato soup, Campbell soup. I don't know.
I forgot we called him that. The
Remember
Campbell
that?
soup. Yes, I totally do now. Let's see. Nalong is in. Bro, love the podcast. Always try and come through the comments up here, but take that forward back. Go with Toyota or Honda. High resale value. The Edges have terrible resale and reliability. What do you think?
Well, let's talk about the resale. That's why you bought used.
Right.
Okay,
I
number
didn't lease
one,
the car. I didn't buy the car new.
I think it was a smart buy
Yeah.
from that perspective. The first owner lost his ass.
Right.
I think
Well,
you're
they
all
leased
right.
it, too.
Yeah, I think you're all right. So that takes care of that. And yeah, you're right. I don't know about Ford Edges going out. I don't know about their history, but you've been a Ford guy.
Yeah.
And I think you speak on that. You've had hella good luck with Fords.
Yep.
When it just comes to just mechanical stuff, you've been in good shape, except in the summer where your car makes that weird sound. You don't know what's going on.
Steering column.
That aside, I think their maintenance has been pretty good for you, at
Right.
least as an owner of Ford.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a Ford guy. My dad was a Ford guy. Detroit guys. I haven't had any problems with it. With my Fusion, I had a little steering column issue. It made an issue in the summer where I think it just got too hot. Very, very, I think it's an easy fix. But other than that, I haven't had any issues. Same thing, like you said, I did buy used.
Mm-hmm.
I got it over probably more than $25,000 under what it sold for a few years ago.
Yeah.
30,000 miles. I think this car is going to last me very well for the next 5 to 10 years if I choose to keep it that long.
And you bought the extended warranty as well.
Right.
Not that anybody needs to know that, so you're protected.
No, so how that works is it's 5 years, 100,000 5 years, 75,000 miles from the date I bought it. So not including the mileage that was already on it, I get an additional 75,000 or 5 years from that. Anything goes wrong, dog. Anything goes wrong, I pay $100 deductible and they repair it. That's it. 5 years, 75,000. I feel like that's a pretty good deal.
Worth it to me.
And not only that, included in that is cloth. If you rip your cloth, stains on your interior, you rip your leather steering wheel wrap or something like that, they'll come repair any of that shit. No deductible on that.
Dope.
So that's pretty ill too.
Yeah. Those seats alone, man. If you rip those are sweet seats.
Right. So I don't think I'm going to take the Ford back, bro. Yeah. I looked at, I didn't look at any Honda SUVs. I did look at Toyotas, and we talked about why I went the other direction.
You like the Tacomas because they actually had the tech,
Yeah.
but it was,
it was a bumpier ride.
It was,
to be honest.
Hell yeah.
And I'm not a mountain guy. Why do I want a bumpy ride when I'm cruising around the city?
Right.
You know what I mean? This thing feels like a luxury sports car. That's exactly what Jeff Kirby was saying. He's like, dude, the thing is, it's like you're driving a dope sports car. It really is. The interior's comfortable. The suede seats are nice. The car drives nicely. It's super fast.
Tech is off the chain.
Dude, there was just too many things. All that combined with the fact of getting it under over $25,000 cheaper than what the car retailed for. All that stuff, it just makes me...
Yeah,
there was too many reasons why I went with that model.
Dude, one of the sickest grocery getters I've ever seen.
Right, exactly.
Totally.
Take that L on the way out.
Grocery getter. Seagrass. Yo, TTF. Can't fall asleep? Try filling up your love tank. Put you right to sleep. That's so funny. I think it's emptying the love tank, Seagrass.
Either way, somebody's getting filled and somebody's getting empty. Yeah. So that's tight.
No, whoa. I'm not doing any filling, bro. I ain't putting any filling in there. Jesus. It's Bry 951. Franchise was on a good one on Tuesday's cast. Love this week's cast. Great start to my week. 700s are the best Yeezy. He's serious.
Wow. Take that L on the way
Those
out.
are not the best Yeezy. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm just playing. Are you sure that wasn't DJ Crush?
Where's Crush?
Where's Crush?
Is that Crush?
Is Crush in the comments?
He loves it, man.
He's DMing everybody.
Exactly.
That fool's on the grind.
Seagrass static is intermittent. We're getting it fixed, bro. Okay. We're getting it fixed.
Take that L on the way out.
Miguel is in. On Bait Denver IG, they said they had sizes 5 through 13. I usually ask them on the picture of the release. They give me a hard time on the phone, too. Yeah, I know. They said they had 5 through 13. That's why I called, because the 12.5 is pretty unicorn, and it's just hard to get. Even when they say 5 through 13, they don't say, hey, we're getting sizes 5 through 13, but we're not getting 12.5. Totally. They don't ever say that. They just don't get 12.5, and then you think they're getting 5 through 13, Miguel. So that's why I called. That's why I got the hard time. That they gave you. It's good to hear they're giving you a hard time too. Hopefully they got your phone number on the list too. It's ridiculous.
Take that L on the way out.
Carlos is in. Great cast again, guys. Hard to believe this thing is past 50 mark already. Not gonna lie, I can't wait. We don't want you to lie, Carlos.
Yeah, don't lie.
Never want you to lie,
no.
My guy. So not gonna lie, I can't wait to meet and chill with you guys one day. I feel like we're fam already. Congrats on that, and congrats to JJ on the full-time promotion. Hard work doesn't go unnoticed. JJ getting some shout-outs there. Appreciate it, man. Oh Jesus, I'm messing this up left and right. Yep. Wanted to give my man Carlos a gunshots, but these applause just won't stop. There we go. There's some shots for Los. I think I appreciate it, man. I think we are fam already. All of us are fam. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be any different. You guys come to the shop, or you come meet us, or you come to Denver Sneaker Con, or wherever the hell we're at, man. The draft next year in Vegas. It's all love. It's going to be the same exact, we're the same exact cats you hear on the cast, same way in real life. It's all love. We're all into the same shit. Why I look at it as like I got a bunch of different homies, then we're all into the same shit.
Yeah.
Because why would you guys listen if you don't aren't into what we're talking about? That would be pretty pointless. The homie Keith Crum is in. What up, guys? Love the show. Got to disagree a bit on Derek Lewis. I think he's a legit top 10 guy in the division. I think it kind of discredits JDS a bit to say that he's not. Similar to my previous comment about Woodley, which I should have elaborated on better. I meant to highlight what a great performance it was by Usman to make such an accomplished college wrestler look like that's a weakness in his game. Same thing for Junior Dos Santos. I think it was a great performance by him to make a top 10 guy look pedestrian. Couldn't agree more. Keith,
yeah.
Let me give Keith some shot. The great comment, dude.
That's one of the best comments
if you would have said that last time, I would have totally agreed.
Totally. Junior Dos Santos was not supposed to do what he did. That was a shock to all of us.
Yep.
He looked fantastic, and nobody expected that.
Yep.
Now, we didn't expect Derek Lewis to look like shit, but Santos was a big part of making him look like shit. Shout outs to Santos.
Couldn't agree more. Maybe I was too hard on D. Lou.
Yeah.
I thought he just didn't look good, dude. And maybe I got to... I was blinded by the fight being so close.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes we do that in sports. We watch a game and we see what happened then and we forget about all the past stuff or we forget about the stuff they just did 2 weeks ago, and we do that through sports. It's why people lose a lot of money. They try to bet sports because they think they know what's going on because they're watching what they just did right now versus or what they just did yesterday versus a few months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally. I think it's safe to say you turn me around on that.
And Usman took Woodley out of his own game, out of his own wrestling strategic way he does business.
For sure.
Yeah, great comment.
Jefferson Jr. is in. First time I've seen you in here, my man. Welcome.
Jefferson. All right.
Let's see. These accusations against MJ are alleged. We're taking word from a guy who lied under oath. Many entertainers have been accused and convicted of heinous things. Do you see this? Do you have the same energy with not listening to their music, watching their movies? Did you stop watching Bryan Singer movies? Are we boycotting Red Sonja? Are we? What about Bohemian Rhapsody? What about Ryan Adams? Are we pulling his music too? You're asking a lot of questions. I don't know if you're really really expecting an answer for each one, but here's what I'll tell you, starting out at the beginning. Yes, the accusations are alleged. That's why I don't want to spend a ton. I just wanted to break down the documentary, give you guys info on what I thought was interesting, and say, hey, I recommend you watching it. Whether however you guys come out, whether you want to believe what was said in the documentary, whether you think parts of it are not true, whether you think all of it's not true, whether you think it's all true, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. You can have your opinion. I'm going to have my opinion. But guess what? None of us are ever going to know because the man's dead.
Yeah.
So we're not going to ever know what really happened.
Yep.
You can take your stuff and do the conspiracy theories and do whatever you want. I'm gonna look at things the way I look at things, and we're just going to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Where I'll kind of leave that is if you think Michael Jackson never touched a child or committed any child molestation throughout his life, I think you're delirious.
Yeah.
Whether
physical or mental, it doesn't matter.
Whether it's Wade, Jimmy, anyone else.
There was still abuse that had to happen.
Right.
Mind control there.
Right.
And that's the facts that we know.
Right.
He has been in a court for this.
Right.
So there are accusations and there are reasons for why he did what he did and why he was where he was at and maybe why he's dead today. But we don't know that. We cannot look the man in the mirror. We can't see that.
I see what you did there.
You do that? You see that? Okay.
That's nice.
So we all have our opinions, but we have to go with the facts that are there. And a lot of this stuff is alleged. He was never committed of a crime necessarily.
Never convicted, yep.
Or never convicted, sorry. But there are facts there,
right.
And we just have to do our best ability and take the bias that we have out for this individual and just go by the facts.
I'm gonna while we're on this topic, I'm gonna go through a few of these comments and I'm gonna kind of react all at once. I see what you're saying as far as are we boycotting. I said that about Michael Jackson's music. I don't think I'm a guy that's going to stop listening to Michael Jackson's music or I get so offended when it comes on. I don't think I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I think this felt totally different than R. Kelly. I think R. Kelly's a pile of shit and I don't need to listen to his music anymore.
Sure.
I don't. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different for me.
Sure.
It may not be different for you. You may feel differently. Again, we're all entitled to our own opinion.
Well,
also, I want to say this. If everyone agrees, I don't expect you guys always to agree with us or praise us or be on our dick. I don't care. I just want you guys to listen to the show, enjoy the show, maybe hear a perspective that you didn't consider before, or maybe something that you didn't agree with, and maybe it got you to think about something in a different way, or maybe you're like, I don't really agree with Franchise on that. He's full of shit.
Yeah.
And we move along.
That's cool.
But if you guys are listening to the show and you agree with every single thing I say, I'm probably not doing my job correctly. That just is what it is.
Yeah.
We're going to disagree on things.
And see, I'm going to keep listening to the music just like Franchise is. But you have people that are sensitive to this. We have all the different Canadian stations that are taking it off and not airing it. Look at Drake on his tour that he's currently on right now with, I believe, the Migos on his UK leg, I think is where he's at. Don't quote me on that. But what he's done, he's taken the Michael Jackson song off of his tour. Currently,
right.
So there are people being sensitive about, hey, I'm going to take it off. I don't want any affiliation.
Everyone's going to react the way they want to react.
All going to react differently.
Nobody's wrong, bud.
And that's okay.
Nobody's wrong here. Yeah. It's everyone has their opinion.
Totally.
Everyone's looking at the case differently. Everyone's hearing people's stories differently. Yeah. There are people that did get molested, that did have child molestation issues when they were kids. They're going to probably feel differently than someone that's never been touched. Okay. The people come from different walks of life, different places. We're all going to feel differently about it, but one thing we're never going to know is the truth.
Yeah.
So you can take anything the way you want to take it. I'm not going to fault you for that. But if you do not think Michael Jackson touched any children throughout this time period, I think you're insane. Throughout his life, I think you're insane.
Yeah.
I think his childhood combined with, tell me this, guys. Tell me this. Why? This is, I mean, for me, this is where it becomes open and shut. If I'm accused of something, especially something this heinous, child molestation, okay? Let's say I get hit with child molestation charges tomorrow. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be around children ever again by myself. I'm never going to bring another child into my home alone.
Yeah.
I'm never going to sit around with a child alone. I'm not kicking it with kids anymore alone.
Yeah.
I'm accused of that. I don't care if I did it or not.
You're not going to put yourself in that position.
I'm not going to.
You're already a target.
Exactly. Why? Why would you do that? So for you guys saying, you guys all on the other side, that's all I'm saying. If you think that this man did the Wade situation, Jimmy, the documentary, whatever, anyone else, any other kids, I'm not saying specifics. I'm not talking specifics. I'm saying if you don't think this man is a child molester, I don't know what to tell you. I don't, because I look at it the way I would do it, and you put yourself in the situation as I did. If you got accused of something like that, if you got accused of something heinous, I'm trying to think of something as just as heinous. It's hard, dude. It's really hard, you know, but if you got accused of making pipe bombs, are you going to ever have gunpowder around you again? Are you ever going to, whenever it may be, are you going to have the materials to make those? Are you going to come across parts of those materials? Would the FBI or the cops or whoever's investigating you or whoever wants to look at you in 5 years down the road, should they be able to open your door and ever find anything to do with pipe bombs again around you? Around in your house, in your car, anything? Should they be able to find any gunpowder or shrapnel or whatever the hell you're using? No, that's my point. Why would he continue to hang out with kids? Why would he continue, especially little boys? Why would he continue this pattern of behavior when he's been accused multiple times for child molestation? What are we doing, guys?
I agree.
How much harder is it? Forget everything else. Throw out everything else. That right there. That's what you need to look at. Look at yourself in the mirror. Would you continue to hang out with kids?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Look at we can even spin it. We can even spin it as easy as this. Check this out. I get a hard time from you guys, right? Because I said I'm off energy drinks. I'm on energy drinks. Blah blah blah. I walk into a store. Guess what, man? I see an energy drink. Oh, it's a new flavor. It's a new color.
Dallas.
Oh man, I gotta have that energy drink. It's an addiction, and this can be a part of that as well. Okay, I have an addiction to these energy drinks, to this taste, to this flavor, to whatever it is. It can be as small and it can be as big as this. Those things happen. Those things are real, man. And if Michael Jackson loved hanging out with kids and he had relationships and he bonded great with kids and better with adults, it is what it is, man. But if you're convicted, or if you're not convicted, but you're in a court because of these things, don't surround yourself with it because you're a target already. And if they would have had the social media back then that they have today, it probably would have been easier to catch something, to see something, to know something.
Oh,
and now that he's dead, we didn't have the social media. It is what it is. Now, don't get it twisted. I think there were parents. I think there were people out there trying to get his money. They were trying to get him in trouble. I believe that stuff happened as well with all of these things. But it's weird, man. It's weird for a grown-ass man to hang out with kids, to want to have
over and over. I mean, like I said, after you've been
different tours and
after you've been accused. I'm sorry, not convicted. After you've had these alleged charges, what makes you just think? I'm going to continue along. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm going to just continue along down that path. I think any person in their right mind would be like, all right, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm going to make sure these people know I'm not doing anything wrong. Right. You know, as much nice stuff as I've done for the kids, as much charity, as much Neverland, and love having them over and having a good time with them and making them feel loved, or whatever his motivation was. Outside of the sexual abuse, I would cut that off because it looks like something else. And obviously the public thinks it's something else. And it's more than just hearsay. It's accusations. It's allegations. I'm in court. I would be done. I would just be done at that point. Let me continue along because we got a few more of these. I know exactly what you mean with the MJ thing, man. Oh, this is DJ Crush. I know exactly what you mean with the MJ thing, man. As a DJ, I love his music, but with everything going on, I haven't played any of his songs the past few weeks. Same thing with R. Kelly. If it's a request from a bride or groom, then obviously I'll play it. But I'll know I'll get a lot of stares. The whole thing is just disgusting, and I'm over it. It is super weird, dude. I can totally see the position you're in because you've got people. It's not only your choice. You've got people in a crowd looking at you weird. So that has to be a super weird situation for you, man. I can't even. That's more than just your personal taste. Which, like we said, there's going to be people that want to play the records. There's going to be people that will never play the records again. There's going to be people like me that's like, I'm not going to go out of my way, which I didn't before. I didn't go out of my way to throw on MJ. Like it was just, if it was on, it was on. Sure. You know, so that's kind of where I'm going to go with it. If it's on, whatever. If it's not, I'm not, reaching for it. I'm not going out of my way. So, but I can tell you, I know exactly, I don't know exactly how you're feeling, but I can see where you're coming from, man. That sucks. That's a tough game. Totally. Let's see. Juro style. You can't take all of this documentary as 100% truth, which we're not. At face value, all of the media is in a crazy witch hunt, just like 2005. But check this. The deeper you delve into the story and all of the MJ allegations stating from the first one in 1993, the more innocent MJ becomes. But since 93 and then again in 05, these kids and their families were just in it for the money. There's recorded evidence of a father of a kid in 93 scheming on a call about trying to destroy MJ and winning big. In 2005, the kid and his family were in it for the money. There's a lot of documents and court evidence that actually support MJ's innocence more than guilt. The best way for casuals looking into this whole thing is to watch a YouTuber named Razor Fists videos. There's 3 parts of it in total. He does it in a comical, ruthless way, but has a lot of facts supporting it. I see what you're saying there. I know I don't disagree that there were families in it for money.
Same.
I think there were. I think there totally were.
Any type of celebrity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely a lot of cash grabs going on. Do I think that was everything that was going on and none of these kids are valid? No. I think he was touching children. I already told you that. Johnny Boost. The only issue I have with Wade Robson is that he's trying to get paid from all this. If he would have just came out and told the truth, I think more people would be inclined to believe him. I see what you're saying, Johnny, but at the same time, dog, this is what I'm trying to say, and this is what I learned from watching the documentary. And what not necessarily even learned, but just this is what triggered in my head. When someone gets raped, when someone gets sexually molested, when someone has child abuse committed against them, we're not just good the next day. Yeah. I don't understand why people just think like, oh, this happens and you should just be able to come out and tell the truth and move on. It's not that way. This was not only sexual abuse. This is mental abuse on the guy or on these kids. Mm-hmm. And when you meet the guy at 5 years old and he starts sexually abusing you at 7 years old, where does your mind go from there? Yeah. How are you supposed to take that as a kid? Wade said multiple times in the documentary, he felt like it wasn't sexual abuse because he loved MJ and he felt like MJ loved him and MJ constantly told him he loved him and he told him we cannot ever let anyone know, but this is how we share our love.
This is our little secret.
This is our deal. Yeah, all this shit, all this mind manipulation. So as a 7-year-old kid hearing this, all of a sudden because you're 10, because you're 12, because you're 14, because you're 22, all of a sudden this changes. That just wipes everything out of your head. You're all of a sudden now because you're an adult, you need to come out and say differently or and change whatever, he changed his story down the road and said he testified against Jackson multiple times and said he didn't get touched. He changed his story in adulthood, early 30s. But it's like at some point you don't just snap out of it and you're not just an adult. It takes a lot. Yeah. It takes a lot of stuff to happen. And he talked about and detailed in the documentary what happened leading up to that point. He didn't tell his parents. He didn't tell his wife. He didn't tell anyone. He's tried to go through life disguising it and masking it the best he could. Who wants to be known for that? Who wants to go on TV and be known and be famous for getting molested? Mm-hmm. Tell me a person that enjoys that. Yeah. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
I wish he wouldn't have lied under oath as well, because it definitely took credibility out. But you don't know what he was dealing with on his mental side.
That's
you don't
what
know his
to say.
Anguish.
Yep.
You don't know where his state was or their lack thereof. You didn't know the therapy that he did or didn't have. I mean, there's a lot to it. But the fact that he did lie under oath, that takes some credibility away. It's the boy that cried wolf. I get that. I see it from both sides. But nobody knows what he went through.
Right.
Nobody knows what Michael went through now. He's gone. So we just have to do our best and make the best decisions.
Right.
What are we doing when women come out right now with the Me Too movements? Are we just, no, you're full of shit. You're weak.
Right, exactly.
You're not right. You're lying.
Yeah.
Don't give me that.
Oh, he smacked your ass when you walk by?
Don't ruin Kevin Spacey's career. Don't, what are we doing? Are we listening? Are we actually hearing before we just put all this judgment out? There's a difference between listening and hearing. And are we giving people a chance?
I've been hearing MJ's side for years.
Yeah.
That's all I've been hearing is MJ's side ever since trials.
I love MJ.
This is now me listening to the other side and being like, hey, I don't know if everything Wade's saying is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not true. I don't know if everything's Jimmy's saying is true or not true. Yeah. All I can tell you is from what I witnessed in the documentary, multiple documentaries, what I've seen in these videos, what I know of MJ's past, what I see of his recurring behavior after being in trouble. The guy touched kids. I can't come to any other conclusion. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. If you feel differently, you feel differently. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to debate the ins and outs of every case. I'm here to let you know the man was touching kids.
Right.
That's my opinion on it.
Right.
This last one on this, we'll kind of wrap up here. Minefield is in. Another new guy. Welcome in, my friend. Brandy Jackson and Wade Robson had a relationship for about 8 years. Brandy Jackson is the niece of Michael Jackson. They were both 12 years old when the relationship began. Do you know who brought them together? Uncle Michael Jackson. When they were about 20 years old, Brandy found out Wade had cheated on her multiple times with multiple women who he hoped would advance his career. One of those women, Britney Spears. Britney had a relationship with Justin Timberlake at the time, and Wade Robson still had a relationship with Brandy Jackson. Brandy said, Wade is not the victim. He is an opportunist. Wade, you constantly talked about wanting to be relevant. You've burned so many bridges. Now the only time you are relevant is when you headline with my family's name next to yours. It's time to stop the lies and live your own life, end quote. So he feels a little differently based off of what Brandy Jackson has said. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm not saying Wade Robson's story is 100% concrete. I'm not saying he never lied.
I wouldn't.
I'm not saying he didn't cheat on Brandy Jackson
Brandy
or
Jackson
bone
for
Britney
Britney.
Spears. I didn't say any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't say any of that stuff.
And I don't think
what does that have to do with being touched by Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I don't think he's right or wrong for trying to advance his career in certain ways as well. That maybe don't even tie to Michael Jackson. Maybe they just tie to other celebrities because Michael Jackson was a platform. All this other stuff. We're not arguing that.
Right. We're not arguing that at all. I mean, that's the problem with a lot of these conspiracy theories and a lot of the other side stuff is it brings up all this stuff on that doesn't have anything to do with him being touched as a kid. Okay, what does that have to do with how this happened? What does that have to do with how they met? What does that have to do with the first time the family was taken to Neverland and separated? What does that have to do with the parents being kept on this side of the ranch, Wade and Jackson disappearing for the whole day and the mom not being able to find him throughout the day? Sure. What does that have to do with any of that stuff? What does that have to do with Michael Jackson asking to take Wade for a year and live with him in Hollywood and the mom saying, no, I can't do it.
Yeah. And if there was abuse, right? Alleged abuse, whatever it is, if there was that, do you think this individual can have healthy relationships past, present, or in the future?
Why is he married to two women that he's not even really married to? Other than a cover up.
Right.
There's just so many questions on that side that don't make sense to me. But it's always like this. It's like this. It's like stuff that, okay, cool. Michael Jackson introduced Wade and his niece at 12 years old. Yeah. What does that have to do with him touching the kid at 7 years old? In the documentary, Wade states, again, allegedly, that Michael, all this stuff's alleged, but Wade states that Michael, as he met him in his older life, as an adult, he became curious about his sexual encounters with women. Michael would ask him about questions about his sexual encounters with his girlfriend. Now he's at the advanced age of he's almost an adult. He's either high teens or maybe he might even be early 20s at this point. I don't remember exactly, but he said Michael was asking him questions about that stuff. Who's to say he didn't introduce him to his niece for some other reason? Yeah, you know what I mean? Who's to say this man didn't have cameras throughout the like? Who knows, dude? And that's what I don't want to go down, a path of who knows. I don't like that, So I think we're just on different sides, dog. And like I said, we don't even really need to discuss much more of this because through the end of time, we are going to agree to disagree. I will forever feel like that man touched kids and you may not. So I'm never changing my mind. That's my opinion and the way I feel based off of the actions and the not stopping of the actions. Sure. That's the most jarring to me more than anything else. That's what's most concrete to me is he kept going down the same path. He never stopped. He never veered off. He never tried to look back. He never said, "Hey, maybe I should chill out." He continued to do it. New boys all the time popping up by his side.
On different tours,
Right.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So you guys think what you want, man.
All have our opinions.
Exactly. Let's let me try to bounce back to a couple. I try to save all those for the end. Let me try to bounce back to a couple. Actually, I don't think there's much. Just a couple, a little bit. Watch Game of Thrones franchise from one stoner to another, please. I'm gonna try, bro.
Yeah. I heard it's got a lot of beautiful people in it, and that's cool. And
There's a lot of incest. I've heard.
I just don't know if I like the fantasy type of stuff. I'm
not a sci-fi guy, bro. I've never seen.
I'm not that
check
guy.
this out. I've never seen one episode of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I've never seen one episode of Lord of the Rings. I've never seen one episode of The Hobbit or any of that stuff. Never.
What about Harry Potter?
Never seen one episode. Then one movie.
Or book.
Or a book, yeah. I'm just not a big sci-fi, fantasy, comic book, video game type of guy.
Dude, I fell asleep in the theater, Lord of the Rings. I went with a bunch of dudes who just love that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll go. I smoked a little bit. This was way back in the day, right? When I could smoke, because now it's just too strong for me. I stay away, or else I'm just getting stressed out. But
Have to be careful because weed is getting stronger every 2 weeks.
see,
There you go.
that's what I'm saying. But for me, yeah, fell asleep in the theater. That's as much as I saw. It was beautiful. It was almost like watching a golf game
I
on
could
TV.
see that.
It's
I
like
could
watching
totally
a
see that.
golf. You ever watch golf on TV on Sundays?
I'm out like
dude,
a light, fam.
It's the best. Best sleep you ever get.
Best sleep you ever get.
Unless Tiger Woods is in.
Unless a big
like
time,
this week.
yeah. Unless the
the
Tigers are on
players.
Sunday and it's a big tourney.
Tiger Red. Let's go. Players.
excited for it?
This weekend. Let's go. I'm locked.
You got your red shirt ready to go?
I'm locked.
I'm locked. All right, let's finish up here.
I got his clubs that he used 2 years ago with Nike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his actual, no, not his. That
Yeah,
he
I
used,
know what you're saying.
But his signature
The pro
clubs.
model, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yep. Let's finish out here. Last few. 50 Cent makes everyone feel like a gangster. He does.
Couldn't agree more.
That was me hanging out the window last week. That's from the homie Benjamin. And then the last one, this is the second week in a row this bitch boy has commented. He said, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" Or what the fuck kind of bullshit is this? That's what it was. Last week it was different.
That was that's his comment?
Yeah. This cat, Brian Carter, he commented last week too. Never been in before. Never heard of the guy. Of course, he has no photo because he's a douche. GoldenEye comes through. This is good shit that we enjoy listening to. Maybe keep those stupid ass comments to yourself. What exactly do you have a problem with? You don't like sports? Sneakers? Current events? Then this ain't the cast for you. You and your vagina need to head over to Dream Talk if you want to see some real bullshit. There you go. GoldenEye always holding us the mother down in this.
Hell yeah.
No, so yeah, that'll be. I think that's the last one. I mean, I tried to comment back, Doug. I tried to comment back on the last cast, and he said something similar, like what is this bullshit or something, and I comment back, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I try to understand. What don't you like? What are you unhappy with?
Yeah.
D never responded. Of
course.
Someone else came through, was like, oh, don't worry, it's just a troll. I think it was like the homie DL Kicks, like whatever, it's just a troll. So this week he does the same kind of shit. So I think he's got to be outie. Not adding anything to the show, my man.
Yeah, great job.
You're not hurting them. You're killing them. Okay? That's it, man. That's the YouTube comments brought to you by Pure Spectrum CBD. As always, we started out with the YouTube comments this week. There's so many. A lot of you guys were in on the Michael Jackson stuff. I want to make sure we got your voices heard on that. Make sure your opinions were heard there. Pure Spectrum CBD, dude. Last night, we just did the 1,000 milligram on the neck. On the neck massage.
The salve?
Bro. Talk about out. I was out so fast. We were both, me and my girl, were both out like a light. Fam.
Like a light.
I gotta have that. I gotta get that soundbite. But yeah, we were both out, dude. So the Pure Spectrum CBD, still killing it. 10% off if you use our code MUP on the website. They also have a storefront up in Evergreen. If you're local, you want to check it out. You're in the mountains. Maybe you're cruising through today. Of course, you're not cruising through today.
Don't do it today.
But nonetheless, that's the YouTube comments. Let's move into sneakers and fashion, Del.
All right.
Let's kind of go into there. I had the Heartbeat joints set to arrive today. They have not arrived yet. I think they're probably on weather delay. Probably won't come in, but hopefully on Monday. And here's where I'll start sneakers and fashion. The kid finally got the Yeezy Inertias, dude. So
I saw that on your Twitter, dog.
Yep. The homie Derek looked out for me.
Okay.
Came through with a pair of Inertias, size 12 and a half.
The
basically
unicorn.
retail. But Yeezy Supply, they kill you with shipping and tax and shit.
They do.
It ended up being $341 on Yeezy Supply after tax and shipping.
Yeah.
So anyone that got off, I'm pretty sure that's the standard. Anyone that got off Yeezy Supply, it's what you paid.
Sure.
Something similar. And this fool was
So
in.
much for resale.
Well, actually he's in Cali, so maybe maybe
they
the shipping
might have
might
a
be
bad
more.
tax or
Right.
whatever it is. Let me give a little shout out for Inertia since we're on there. I got mine I did buy a pair. I did go.
Yeah, you got them 300 flat.
I got
them
them 300 flat. So shout outs to Opening Ceremony, which is a company out of New York. We actually stayed 7 doors down from them when Robin and I and her family
7
went up there.
doors down.
Dude, we were not 3 doors down. We were 7 doors down from that place.
What is 7 doors down, Dal?
I don't know. That was I just remember.
counted?
I remember being 7
Like
doors
normally
down.
you're like, oh yeah, they stayed next door to us, or they stayed a couple doors down. Who actually knows? Oh, dude, we stayed 7 doors down from them.
We
We
did.
were in Elway indoors down from them.
Yeah.
7 down.
Totally. And we
Not
were
5, not
dude,
6, 7 doors.
Oh, dude, I got to get that LeBron sound.
Yeah, and we were 8 doors down from Stadium Goods. I don't know what to tell you, man. I just
Wow.
remember that. And then Billionaire Boys Club was right around the corner from there, and then Nike at Mercer, off Mercer Street. Dude, what a great place to stay. Robin knows her shit when it comes to booking.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want Robin, you know what? DM me. If you want her to book your vacation, you want her to book, a restaurant.
You're just gonna run a travel
Yeah,
agency.
she's
out of your
got you.
house?
Yeah, just DM your boy Dal Palantonio. I got you. Okay, we'll take care of you. Real
That's
nice.
funny.
Okay, go.
That's funny.
Okay, that's what I got on the nurses.
But yeah, so also got 2 pairs of laces. Did the cream laces because I saw that photo. DJ Crush sent it to me, and I'd already seen it. But he sent me a photo. You see the dude with the tattoos holding the he did a cream lace swap, and they look fire. I actually really like them, and I like the flat
and
laces
he did
better.
the flat laces.
I love the flat laces better than the oval. I know the oval's what they come with. Both pairs I bought as replacements, I went with flat. I love that flat look. I think the oval laces look like a pile of crap. They look like some crappy, cheap laces that you just get off the thing at Walmart.
Yeah.
On the corner.
They
Those weird ovals.
They remind me of Skechers.
Skechers,
Like
yes.
if I see some rope laces like that in Skechers, that's what I see in my
They're
head.
not real rope laces, though. They're not rope. They're like
shitty nylon.
That's why they call them oval. Yeah, I don't
turds.
know. They're oval turds.
So
More oval turds, please. You ever remember that commercial?
Got them on the Ovaltine. Hell yeah. So check it out. So I ordered some laces as well, but I didn't want to copy yours necessarily. But I got some extra oval laces. I got them in gray, just a whole different type of gray. So I want to see what that
I was
looks
gonna
like.
say because they come with ovals and gray.
Yeah,
different.
but it's like a different type of gray for sure. So I wanted to see what that looked like. I did get a cream oval as well. I got a peach oval, and then I got a cream flat just for giggles. So I did more oval than you with flat. So between the two of us, dude, we should have a sick looking shoe by it.
Right.
Did you go with 48 inch?
Yes.
Same.
48 on both.
Yeah, same.
Peach and the cream.
Yeah, I thought the 54 would be too long.
Honestly, I tried to get the peach joints off of Rope Lace Supply. Gone. Lace Lab, gone. I want to know, does this cast have that much pull, or were people just like,
who's
how
tuning
many of
into
you
the
fools
cast and on your ideas?
Right. Leave a comment below if you went and copped the what do they call? They call them salmon on their website,
Salmon,
not
yeah.
peach. They call them salmon. If you went and copped some salmon colored laces for your 700s, let me know because. How are they sold out on Rope Lace Supply and on Lace Lab? I had to go hit some bootleg stuff up. I got some from Rope Lace Supply, but it was like, dude, it was a pair that was like lost deep in the site.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how I got to them, but somehow I got them. It was like they only had one size left.
Yeah.
They were a little under retail.
Yeah.
And
what about all those pastel colors too? Those were all sold out. And I
yes.
thought some of those would have looked really nice with this shoe.
Yep.
Who's tuning into this cast?
I don't know.
Because there was nothing left for us.
I don't know if everyone just had the same idea or if people are tuned in the cast and ripping ideas, just gripping and ripping.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
JJ must be tweeting us out or something. I don't know what's going on.
Interesting.
What's that guy doing?
What do you have? Do you want to go Supreme first or sneakers?
Yeah, let's talk about Supreme. Let's talk about the drop today.
Okay.
So I know you weren't a big fan of it.
Nothing.
And I'm not a big fan of Stone Island either, and when JJ messed up and said Stony Island, I think it actually goes by that a lot. I saw a lot of people referencing Stony Island.
Oh,
I think it's just Stone Island.
Yeah, but people were saying Stony Island, so
including
maybe
JJ. But look at the look on his face. He thought he was still right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just now, when you said Stony, he still thinks he's right.
But
Stony.
I think there may be
I
some.
was making a joke.
Oh, you were just. Oh, okay.
I was making.
That was hilarious.
Because I heard reference to Stony Island, even though it's not called Stone Island. So I think these people were legit. So maybe there's like this counterculture of it being called, Stony Island for these people who actually do follow.
Young hype beasts.
Yeah, maybe so. But that being said, what an expensive morning if you would have chose to play. Correct?
On Supreme? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Was there
out.
anything that you
They
saw?
weeded out their weak or not their weak, their cheap customers or poor customers. Jeez.
They did on this one. That's for sure, man. It was a very, very expensive list. I actually have
resell here.
Yeah, I actually have some of the retail prices. Let's look at these, okay? So the biggest part of the drop was obviously the Stone Island, the jackets, the hoodies, the sweatshirts,
Actually,
the backpacks.
I like to disagree with that. I'm pretty sure the porcelain hand-painted Cupid figurine was the biggest thing.
Do you know how to say
drop.
that? Is it Messine?
I have no idea.
Messing?
There's a reason why I didn't say it.
Okay, so the Cupid statue arguably was one of the most hyped things, but I want to argue that because there's not a lot of people that can afford that.
But it was $4,000 and it sold out.
Yeah, that statue was $3,998 for that Cupid statue. Okay,
Wild.
and it did sell out, and it sold out really quick, right?
And you know what's even crazier? It's almost reselling for $6 on StockX.
So double.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
No, wait. What do people have bids in, or people have it up?
No, people have it up.
But they don't got bids.
Yeah,
no one's got bid in for
tell me what
6Gs.
bids are real quick. Pull that up now. Check this out. So the Stone Island stuff, some of the jackets, the hoodies, the sweatshirt, I really loved. It came in 3 different colors: the yellow, this kind of maroon, and then the black. That's what I went for. That retailed at $328. I was gonna buy a $328 hoodie, and it's not that good. It's not, dude. Let me be honest. But I thought about buying it.
We just talked about quality, Dal.
I know, but Stone Island is good quality. So this collab, I felt like it would do okay, and I bet it's reselling for a little bit. But that was $328. The other thing that I really that I liked that I tried to go for was the bucket hat. The Stone Island bucket hat that came in a black, and it also came in like that maroonish, orangish colorway.
That'd have gone good with your moon landings.
Yeah, no doubt. I couldn't add either of that to a cart this morning. So the only 2 things that I somewhat liked, not even to buy for hype necessarily. The hoodie might have been kind of hyped, but the bucket hat, I would have actually worn that. The hoodie, I would have actually worn that. The jackets and all that shit. Dude, the jacket was, the Silk Light jacket was $998. The Riot Camo jacket was $648. The camo cargo vest was $398, and the cargo pants from Stone Island were $348. This was an expensive.
I would like to know
not tight drop.
Who the hell decided these prices.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it, dude. There is a bid in for $5,438 right now. So if you have one of those, you could sell it right now for $5,438, assuming the person's not bullshitting.
Statue.
That's wild.
That has a box logo on it.
Definitely should have gone with that. If you had the capital in the bank to,
you
buy
wouldn't
it up
necessarily need it because you would get the capital back plus some.
Now, here's the deal about Stone Island. I don't know a lot about it. It's very neutral. Their clothing looks very neutral to me. It looks very basic, and I would love that. But when I see that price point, it doesn't make sense. You know how I got turned on to Stone Island, and not that it made me like it, but you know how I found out about them?
No.
Did you ever see Drake's Stone Island chain that says the boy, and then it says Stone Island around it, and it almost looks like a compass? That's how I even found out about this company. So check that out. So that was a chain that actually Drake had.
How long
made.
ago?
Goddamn, I think that was 2017, maybe middle 2017. No, early 2017 is when I saw that. So Stone Island, I don't even know how long they've been in the company. So I didn't even know about them or what they were until I saw this chain and then did some research. So I think a lot of people feel that same way, or maybe didn't know about it until somebody like Drake comes along. Obviously, influencer, right? But for me, this neutral clothing that's so damn expensive, I don't know that the quality is there because I've seen it in stores. I went to Kith in New York and saw it. And I just looked right past it because there was nothing special about it.
Right.
So I was kind of out. I was going to try that hoodie. Couldn't get it to add to cart. I was going to try the bucket hat because I think the bucket hat was like, I don't know, $50 or something at retail, something like that. And that's doable. But I passed other than that, man.
You passed on everything and you couldn't get the 2 things you wanted.
Yeah, they were supposed to have that Crown air freshener on this drop, but I didn't see it on there as an accessory. So the only really new accessory was that Cupid statue.
Right.
So for me, accessories, there was really nothing. It was more clothing hype.
And the clothing wasn't that tight to me. I think this was
Yeah.
Equal. I mean, a lot of people said week 1 and 2 haven't been good. This one was bad to me.
Yeah. I think it was
didn't like
hyped
it at
for
all.
resellers maybe, but I didn't want to put all that money and put all that work into it. And that's just not for me.
There wasn't anything in there that I wanted to copy.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
oh
to
man,
buy-
I really want to rock that.
I like to buy stuff. And this wasn't
wasn't like that. Did Chris cop anything when he came in this morning?
No. Chris said he didn't.
He
cop
missed on
anything.
everything too,
Yeah.
or did he even try? He didn't want anything either.
No, I don't think he even tried. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he tried. So I've got something from last week though.
Yeah, let me
Check
see what's
that
out. Yeah,
out.
yeah, we'll go. Take a
I know
look
you
at that
got
real quick.
Band-Aids on the way. I got the tape measure on the way. Obviously with the weather delay, our shit didn't come, but somehow Chris, I don't know.
When did his come?
Today. This
Oh,
morning.
he got it today here at the shop.
Shipped to the shop.
Wow. So Chris got. So these are Chris's Supreme. Let me see.
Got some Band-Aids.
Yeah, my Band-Aids didn't come. Dallas's Band-Aids didn't come.
My tape measure.
You got the. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Tape
he
measure.
didn't get a tape measure?
Do you want to open them?
Chris
Can we
said,
open
yeah, we should open them. Chris said we could open them. I'm just gonna give him mine. But yeah, I'm gonna probably actually just use these for normal Band-Aid purposes when I get cuts around the crib.
Yeah, no doubt.
Little paper cut action, printing off a shipping label.
Oh yeah, I can't even wait.
You actually work in like a business where you deal with printers and all that stuff a lot more, so your paper cuts might come a lot quicker.
I'm Paper Cut City over here.
Let's see. There you go. Get yourself one of those. Dang. So we open up the box here. Supreme Band-Aids. They come with. Are they different sizes? Yep, they are. They do come with some different sizes. So you got the little cuticle, small joints. You got the medium size, and then you got. Actually, I think the medium. Oh no, you do got some. Is there medium and large? I'm only seeing. It just looks like it goes really small and then like bigger. But.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest they make.
I think
which
that's the
looks
biggest.
just like a standard.
Yeah, but then these ones you got the little small.
Yeah, which I need.
Wait, are these small? Am I tripping?
Those
right?
all
Oh
look
yeah, these are small.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, those are for like those cuticles around the bottom. Yeah, I get that all the time.
It looks like two sizes.
Yeah,
it probably says that on the box. Maybe I'm an idiot.
So obviously
it does say that on the box.
Red box logo, has the Supreme on it, has the star on the left and a star on the right.
What do you think? First impressions? Super geek to have them?
Not really.
I'm just kidding.
Not really.
Take that L on the way out.
Not really. It makes me actually want to have kids. I think, I don't want to have kids, but if I had kids, it'd be cool to bandage them up in Supreme.
Yeah.
Send them to daycare. send them to school. Some Supreme shit.
That's funny.
That's tight.
All right, that was worth it.
Yeah.
Opened up the Band-Aids, killed the resell.
Yeah. Glad you bought the Band-Aids.
Glad I got them. I think I have maybe 2 pairs going on. Actually, dude, I saw the homie Goldeneye. I saw a post from him the other day. He had like 5 or 7, 8 pairs of the Band-Aids on his IG.
That's a lot of paper cuts.
I know. That fool's ready to go. He said he got kids, though. So he got 2 kids, remember? So he's probably ready, getting his kids ready, getting all scraped up in the summer. Goldeneye's ready to go.
Totally.
What else you got?
All right, so here, this is the sweatshirt from last week that I actually really, really wanted and couldn't get it. But then I was put on some game from you, and I think I'll be able to get cool shit in the future. I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'll leave it at that. But this is the S logo color blocked hooded sweatshirt. This was the one that I absolutely wanted. Let me try to open it nice because this is Chris's here. So let me
try to open it nice.
Yeah, I don't want.
I like it.
I don't want to be all salty. You know.
This is the one that I was saying I thought would have the best resale value. Chris and I were talking about that, and Chris actually put me up on game with the hoodie too. So, but I think this is the one that would have the most resale value. Did you look them all up this morning?
I did, and this one.
Is it not?
There was a couple of them that were right in that 230, 240 range. I didn't really see anything more than that. I saw something less than that because there was 4 of these color blocked hoodies. So this one,
they're all around the same prices.
All about the same price.
Oh, okay. So I thought this one would be more just because of the bright pink hoodie.
That bright pink hoodie.
Just kind of screams Supreme a little bit more. But you love that, huh, Dallas?
Yeah, I think it's cool, man.
I think
it's pretty dope, man. Check it out.
You can lift it up. I think I don't know, just looking at it, dog, I'm not a fan of that olive on the right sleeve.
Dude, that's my favorite part. The olive and the pink is such a cool contrast to me. That's
like
what
it.
really makes it pop for me.
I wish they would have done burgundy on both sleeves and then the pink hood. Or if they would have done olive on both sleeves, I would have been maybe okay. I think it's just too weird with the pink hoodie, the navy midsection, the olive on the right sleeve, or I guess left sleeve, my right here, and the burgundy or maroon on the actual right sleeve.
I'm going to disagree.
Yeah.
I think it's the most fire hoodie I've seen in a long
Wild.
time. And the quality's not bad. Check this out.
Yeah, let me see. What were you going to say, JJ?
I think the Rookie of the Year colorway turned out better.
I don't know.
The which one?
The Rookie of the Year one? The one that you were saying.
Yeah.
It goes with the Rookie of the Years?
Uh-huh.
Dallas was all confused.
Yeah, sorry.
You're the one who brought it up.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, like this, the quality of this, I mean, isn't magnificent, but I will tell you that Apple hoodie that I wore, a couple weeks ago from that drop, this one is over and above better.
You have to realize this. I'm pretty sure this hoodie is the closest thing to a box logo that you could get.
Why? Why do you feel that?
Because, I don't know. The Apple designs seem really cheap and thrown together, and just seems something special.
I feel like box
everything.
Logos. They're just screen printed box logos. This shit is stitched in. Dog.
Yeah. Have you seen a box logo hoodie though? It's stitched in too.
The box logo stitched in?
Yeah, on the crew necks.
I see what you're saying on the not a hoodie though.
No, on the hoodie and the crew necks. I've seen them.
Oh,
before.
it's stitched in.
Yeah.
And this is the same kind of shit you're saying.
Yeah.
Valid point.
Yeah.
I can see it.
The ones that are screen printed, though, I bet they're just like my Apple hoodie. That same
That's
quality.
what I was saying.
I bet they're almost the same.
Maybe it has something to do with the screen printing versus the embroidering, or maybe it's just talking about you were talking about seasons, or someone in the comments said in the seasons, the last seasons were a lot nicer.
They've changed manufacturers. They went from who did they say? American Apparel to some of these other companies. They've done Hanes, obviously, in the past. That we know. But I think this is pretty good.
It does feel nice. Yeah. Feels thick, feels heavy, feels good. Still, I mean, I can't pay that much, dog. I can't pay something for that kind of hoodie.
Should I make Chris an offer?
Yeah.
What should I make him an offer on?
If you really want it, I think you're going to have to pay him probably close to StockX price.
Probably 210, 220. Because if you look at it right now, so the bid I think that's in there was 230 something.
Okay.
So I think if he sold it right now, he would net 195. And remember, retail on these was 168 or 178. I think 168. So then $10 plus a little bit of tax because now Supreme's taxing, right? So that literally nets him like $20 roughly.
What size are you wanting it in?
Large.
Man. Yeah, right now the highest offer is 221.
So what does that net you sell now? 195? 190 something?
Let's see.
If you sell now. Because like I said, you're at 168.
194.48. Yep, 195.
So if I offer him 210, he should be happy as a pig in shit.
Right.
Correct?
No doubt.
Dope.
Oh, dude, look at this.
Plus, we already opened up his packaging. What's he going to do now? Can he still sell it on StockX?
I don't know.
Yeah. If you can't, you sort of fucked him.
I think he can.
I think
all
he
did was undo the tape.
I just undid the tape.
He didn't like rip the bag open like Ultimate Warrior.
Okay, sorry. I thought they were staples.
No, it was
That's
just
why,
it was taples. Fool.
No, yeah, it was taples. Look,
Boom.
some taples, see?
Look at these. This fool just tagged us in this comment from Extra Butter with the 3M on those.
Oh, dope, yeah.
Super sick. We're looking at the Mars landing. Someone just tagged us in a photo on
that
Extra Butter
like the actual
showing the 3M.
Yeah.
Mike
Rich actually just got him.
He
did a review, I believe, last night, and he had a problem with his lighting because his lighting kept showing him off in 3M, so he couldn't give his viewers on YouTube an actual real in the flesh look.
Interesting.
So he had to keep adjusting his light in his room. So he took off the big YouTube lights, you know, the big circle lights that we all use or whatever.
Yep.
And he actually used his home light or the room light, which darkened everything. You couldn't see him very well, but it was arguably showing a better contrast of what you really get versus the 3M. So
right,
it was crazy, but yeah, they look cool, man. They look cool.
I think I would get them if I can get them, but I'm not gonna go crazy for them.
You gonna try on the Sneakers app?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go. I'll try on there, but I'm not gonna pay resale for them. I'm not gonna jump out the window for them. I don't need them that bad. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not Mr. Air Max, so
sure.
I rock with a pair here and there, but definitely don't have to have them all. What else? What do you have in the boxes over there?
The boxes.
And also, wait, are you done with Supreme? I think we're pretty tight on that, right?
Yeah, I don't really have anything else with Supreme. You know, we'll see what next week has. I'm hoping it's accessory heavy.
Fellas.
I don't really have anything in these boxes. Chris just brought me the OG Wave Runner, so I could kind of test sizes, make sure 10.5 was the size I need because DJ Crust was saying, hey, go up a half size, that kind of stuff.
So how does that Wave fit?
Oh, perfect, dude. Now I can't Hypebeast lace it. So I'm a little concerned there. So Chris, what he said he does, he keeps the original insole in there, and he also puts like one of the slim Ultra Boost insoles in there on top. And he says, dude, then you can lace it however you want.
Gotcha.
There's no slippage, everything's good. But dude, if I would have went with that 10, dude, the toe box is just too narrow, dude, too uncomfortable. And we know that with Yeezys, right? You know, the V2s are super, super narrow. So
yeah, I'm excited to. It was funny. I forgot who left the comment, but saying that, you know, keep your feeling on the on the 700s. They're ugly. Mm-hmm. I agree, dog. I think they've been terrible up to this point. The Inertia is the first pair I've seen. I'm like, all right, cool. That might be a pair I can rock with a lace swap.
Right.
I'm being unfair to the sneaker if I never get a pair and never try them. You know what I mean? I just really am. So I need to get my own pair. I need to style it the way I want. I need to throw it on with a few different outfits and see what I think. in the flesh, in person, and then give myself an honest opinion or give myself an honest assessment of the shoe. Because if I don't, and I'm just looking at it from pictures and I'm just looking at it on my friend's feet and assessing that, it's hard for me to sit here and be like, no, that shoe's terrible. I hate that shoe when I haven't tried the shoe. It's just, I'm not that guy. I want to try the damn shoe. So it just took me a minute to find a colorway that they were going to come out with that I could actually rock with, that I was actually willing to pay $300 for. And this is the one. Yeah. And if I don't like it, I'll sell it. Sure. But I think with the lace swaps, I think I'm going to enjoy the shoe. Just from what I've seen, I like it. I think it's clean, but I'm not a fan of any of the other 700s. No.
Yeah, totally. I think just the rest of this week, shoes to look forward to, not so much for me, but the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Hyperspace is releasing the 16th. You also have the Yeezy Boost 350 True Form, and I think there's obviously a regional difference on the colorways. For example, somebody hit me up, I think it was Fail Beast from Australia. He's like, hey, chap. Or hey mate, I think is what he says. He's like, hey mate,
hey mate.
You know, do you need this? Do you need this? And do you need this size? Because I believe there's an exclusive colorway per Europe versus USA. So I can't remember which is which, but that's obviously going to be two shoes that I think people are kind of looking forward to. I'm kind of out. The Hyperspace is a little bit more intriguing because it looks like a kind of subtle bluish tint to it. And then it's got obviously a little bit of that clay, whereas the True Form is the one that has like the midsole. You have the kind of clayish color coming through there. You have the clayish heel tab, and I don't know, man. It's just not. I'm not jumping out the window for those two. What about you?
No, same.
Yeah.
Exact. I couldn't even have said it better.
Okay.
Exact same feeling on it.
Yeah.
I just don't, man.
I'm tired. We're tired of V2s,
I know,
dude.
It's got to be something insanely special or insanely like super cool looking, super different. Just something that's, I don't know. I don't feel like enough is different. Yeah. I honestly I think I'm about to sell my Sesames. I don't think I want them anymore. Huh. I don't wear them. They're a 13. I don't think I'll ever go with a 13 again in Yeezys.
Right.
Because I thought if I can do a 13, I can keep the insole in. Because on a 12, I got to take the insole out. 12 and a half, I don't want to pay the prices, especially for a V2.
Sure.
So, I think I'm going to sell mine, man.
It's sort of funny you say that because according to the CEO of Adidas, they're going to expand the volume of the 350s. So I'd recommend you do that.
Oh, yeah. Expanding the volume. Just what we need.
Get them out of here.
Just what we need.
Other than that, the Nike Air Max 90 Mars Landing, I think those are kind of your three biggest hype shoes. The Jordan Apex Utility Flights are coming out actually today, it looks like. But those look like the shower curtains / basketball shoe, big-ass midsole. Man. Just an ugly
as heck,
ass sole. I think Seth Fowler did a review on them, and I didn't go check it out.
Those are bad.
I didn't go check it out.
Bad, fool.
I don't need those.
Bad. You know what I found interesting, though, on those Yeezys? They're not on any like the Foot Locker or Finish Line. No. Nothing like that. What if you wanted the cop locally, what are we even doing?
We got to take your whip to bait, whip in there real quick.
That's what it is.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're doing first come first serve. I don't know if they're doing drawings, raffles. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but
weird.
Just camp out the entire day.
Yeah, right.
What else? Oh, did you see my racers, dude?
Your racers.
On my story. Got the acronym Presto Racers.
Oh, did you
see them on the story the other day?
I did too.
Had them, got those in. Super sick. Got them under retail.
Dope.
Well, actually, I paid them right at retail because they were $190 used on GOAT. The guy I think he worn them around one time, he said.
It literally looked like he just stepped around his house.
Yeah, JJ got him. He's like, dude, he must have walked around the house. Like, they were perfect, pristine. Got them for $190, $10 shipping, $200. Feeling great.
Great deal.
Love the racers, dude. Love the racers. So I was able to get them at retail. A pair I've been waiting for, dude. I've had bids in on, had my eye on ever since I copped the Volt pair with you at Bait that day. Yeah. And you got the racers, and I was super jelly. I was like, man, I got to get that pair. So I went back and copped that pair, got them. I do have them. There's no need for me to bring them in. You already own them. Sure. You've already talked about it and seen them, but it was cool to have. So that's kind of my latest pickup in addition to the Dornbecker dunks that are coming in.
Dope.
Within the next couple of days.
I got just a little bit of extra hype before we kind of move on, and then what's next segment?
We'll finish out.
Like two things too, but yeah.
Go ahead. We'll finish out on the NFL free agency and stuff.
Okay, cool. So JJ brought it up a little earlier, so not to steal anything away from him, but have you seen Louis Vuitton's new Jenga set?
No.
That retails at $2.
No.
Okay, let me show you.
Oh, let me see this thing.
What do you think about those, man? Are you a Jenga guy?
I mean, Dallas, who's really a Jenga guy? Like, I've played it. I've been at parties. I've done a little playing. I don't know if I'm a Jenga. I don't know how to classify if I would say I'm a Jenga guy.
You're not trying to go to 1UP and go play real life Jenga?
Life-size Jenga? Yeah. Have I done it?
Yeah.
Am I a big fan of it? I don't like the noise it makes when it falls. Too damn loud.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I'm a Jenga guy.
You're not a Jenga guy?
I think I've played Jenga. Definitely not a Jenga guy enough to spend 2 racks on this Jenga set.
How many do you think 2J's Kicks will have at a shop?
Oh, he's definitely a Jenga guy. He's a Louis guy and a Jenga guy.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Double threat.
Does it need to be Supreme though too?
I don't know.
Dual threat.
That's pretty sick. I mean, it looks cool, but 2 racks is
Dude, that's not
a lot
bad.
of Louis shit.
I just
is absurd,
showed
though.
him a backpack that
Here
costs
it is.
10 G's.
Yeah. What about the Louis Vuitton backpack that will cost you around 10 grand? How about this? It looks like half mattress, half pillow, half
the Cause backpack.
half fat.
The Cause Louis Vuitton backpack. That's what it looks like.
I call it a fat pack, not a backpack.
Why?
It's just it's huge, dude. Why? I don't.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. The person standing behind it, it looks like,
It's huge.
Look at how huge.
dude, it
that
looks
is.
like some shit Santa would need to deliver the gifts.
Dog,
on
that
Christmas Eve.
looks like the size of 2 diaper bags.
That looks like the size of the sack that Tim Allen's when he gets the gifts and it magically expands. And then goes smaller. It looks like that.
Totally. But yeah, it looks like a Cause collab as well. Colorway.
That's why. Yeah, it looks
The
like
OG
the
Cause.
Louis Vuitton Cause. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
The little hairy backpack there.
All right. Well, so you're not a fat
No,
pack guy.
what does that cost on that? 10 G's?
10 racks.
Yep.
I'd probably give it. I'd pay 9 for it. I wouldn't do 10.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put
Take
a bit.
that L on the way out.
9?
I'm kidding,
Yeah.
JJ.
Okay, I was about.
Jeez.
I was gonna say, man. I was
9.
gonna put a bit in at 5. Just see what it does.
See what it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it do what it does.
Just
Put
see
a
what
bid
it
in.
does at
Put a
5.
bid in. See what it do. What it does. All right.
That's what I got for sneakers and fashion.
Was that your stuff too? Got a couple more?
I got 2 things.
Wow.
Actually, 3 things. This first one is just. This first one's just really simple. It's about Yeezy. The CEO spoke out to CNBC and explained the collab with Kanye. And the original plan was just... let me slow down there. The original plan was to create a few products but have few releases with a lot of hype. But now the plan is to release more than 20 pairs this year, but in small volumes, others in very different volumes. But
These are all Yeezys in general?
Yes.
Not any specific model?
No.
Okay. Continue.
By the sounds of it, but he did say they're going to try to expand the 350 volume. So that's it.
Expand the 350 volume. How much more can we expand it, guys?
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
colorways do we have already? 13? 14?
Don't you feel like everybody that wants a pair has a pair? I mean, within reason, that has money and all that. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
not the guy down in the corner asking for money. And
Totally.
But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Another big thing in sneaker news is these are both kind of geared towards Air Max Day, but this first one is about Sean Witherspoon, or whatever you want to call him.
What do you mean? That's his name.
Well, some people call them Wotherspoon because it's spelled so
Witherspoon?
weird,
Yeah.
weirdly. But
and
it's
I know we
Witherspoon,
just
I
had a
think.
conversation about that, so I'm just
Yeah.
I don't care.
You.
You know how he's been putting out hints about the new and the next
Yes.
Witherspoon?
His
Well,
potential shoes. Yeah.
apparently they're calling the relationship quits for now, so the Air Max 197 is put to
On
rest.
the shelf.
Yep.
Shelved it.
Yep.
Wow. Did
And
you know that?
I read that article yesterday.
Wow. Crazy. I didn't know that.
He told the media, "I've been done working with Nike, at least on another model, Sean Witherspoon collab for a while. Still lots of good friends there. I will help when they ask, but being able to spread my wings again is the best feeling ever."
Well, I find that interesting because he has been wearing some Yeezy models here lately.
The 500s, to be
So the
specific.
500s, the old rhinoceros foots.
A month after
Oh.
he released the
His collab.
hints, of
Yeah.
his new
Oh, the
collab.
hints. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think he's looking to kind of spread his brand. I see him probably working with other sneaker companies in the future here. And
What do you think
Speaking
happened there?
of, he's actually, because what he's doing right now, he's working on a guest collab. So if you want to take a look at that shoe.
Oh, is he with
Yep.
the clothing company guest?
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Everyone that rushed out and bought the Air Max, you better go get the guest collab. I better see you fucks in line, busting down doors.
Yeah, you better go
doing
get
all
it.
the shit that you did for this one. I better see you fools. You guys are fans, right? You guys love the guy.
You got to go grab him.
You got to go have him. You guys got to get. Oh, those are the worst shoes.
Yeah.
The clothing collab was dope.
Are those
The
Skechers?
shoes
Is it a
are
Guess
worse.
Skechers collab?
Those
What are
actually remind me of a 700 a little bit. That midsole.
Really?
I don't know, that's
These
just
are
me.
worse than a.
I think way worse.
I think they are worse, but they remind me of it
I
a
can
little
see
bit.
it.
I mean, but all dad shoes remind me of all dad shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the dad shoe world, and I
What do
don't
you-
like it.
What do you think happened with the Nike partnership? What do you think the story behind that is? What's your speculation, your early thought?
I think that just like he said, I think he wants to spread his wings a little bit. I think that I feel in my heart of hearts that it was maybe more of his decision and wanting to just have more control and more freedom. As we know about Nike, obviously I think they micromanage control. I think they're very, very controlling and love your input, but I think they're going to end up.
protect their brand.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. But I think with him, dude, Sean Witherspoon is definitely expanding hugely with his round 2 stuff. I mean, I think there's one in Japan now. He travels to Japan. He's traveling all these different places. He may not have a lot of time for that, but I also think that, I think he just wants to spread his wings and maybe just see what else is out there. I don't think he wants to be locked down to one partnership. And Nike may do that. I don't know because they've never asked me for anything. But I think it's just him spreading his wings and just having, all opportunities at hand. What do you think?
Well, it interests me because what you're saying is basically implying that he did have some kind of agreement with Nike to move forward with them exclusively.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was the case. I thought when he signed and did this thing with them, it was a one-chew deal. It was just
a designer
he won the
winning thing.
he won the
Yeah,
contest. Right?
sure.
I didn't realize, or I didn't even think that he was going to sign a long-term deal with Nike to be exclusive with them. I didn't think that was ever going to be a possibility because of what he has at his store. He has consignment shop, round 2.
Sure.
He probably enjoys wearing a ton of different brands. So I never thought that was really a possibility. The fact that he was leaking all this stuff, I was like, oh, maybe he did go into a partnership with them. Mm-hmm. But I agree. I think if that's the case and he did go into a partnership with them or there were talks of a partnership,
Sure.
he decided to back out or I don't want to... Got scared is the wrong term, but that's what keeps coming to my mind. Is he got cold feet a little bit? He kind of just says, "Hey, do I really want to be locked in?"
Or maybe
now,
he couldn't devote enough time to them running his other businesses and that kind of stuff. Maybe there was a control thing there as well.
So maybe nothing to
do
do with wanting to wear other sneakers or wanting to be okay.
But
why would he be? Oh, go ahead.
Over the past couple of months, we've saw a couple sample photos. What do you guys think are going to happen?
Well, he
with
came
those
out and
samples?
said that one of those was a sample.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is staying a sample. It'll never be
It'll
released."
never be a
Yeah,
sheet.
but like
he came out and issued a statement on that one. The other one, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
do you think it'll just sit there and just collect dust, or eventually release?
you never know. I don't think it matters.
Or are they
at
pulling
this
some
point.
WWE on us? Are they? Is he telling us this now and then shock drop in a month?
Just the fact that he wore Yeezys.
Shock drop on Air Max Day when they told us nothing was coming. Boom, we dropping. What do you think?
and the fact that he was behind this kind of union marketing. Remember the union ones?
Oh yeah.
At the swap meet, hey, this that's fake, blah blah blah. Sean
Yeah,
Witherspoon makes the news and all this shit. We even talked about it on the cast.
Yep.
There could have been some contract obligations with that as well.
Well,
You never know. So,
Interesting.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's just wanting to spread his wings.
interesting stuff going down over here, man.
For sure.
Well, wasn't that the biggest reason why Jerry didn't necessarily want to work with Nike, because he wanted his own silhouette
Initially,
to
yeah. He said
build,
that was the
so-
issue. They wanted him to redo
An old model.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And he says, no, it's all about size with him. Like, I want
I need my own silo.
silhouette.
That's what he said. Got to have the silo. Need my own silo.
And I think
Now
that
she
was
want
like
a silo.
that
You
was-
already know though.
that was like 3 or 4 years in a partnership saying, hey, here's what I need, here's what I want. And Nike took a long
minute.
time to approve
Good point,
that,
Dow. Good point. Is that cool with sneakers and fashion? We good?
I got one more thing.
Of course you do. Let's get
Damn,
it.
JJ.
Oh, I just blew out everyone's ear.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
How do you have all this news, JJ? Weren't you stuck in a blizzard? Aren't you a Super Bowl baby?
That's why he has all the news. He was just researching the
It
whole
took
day.
me like
Gotcha.
3 hours to get home, but I did get home.
Hurry,
around, like,
JJ. What
1.
do you got? What do you got? Run out of time.
As you guys know, Air Max Day is coming up. So
I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. I'm with it.
Jordan Brand will be joining Nike and Air Max Day with a special edition Air Jordan 3 Tinker. As you guys know, this won't be dropping on Air Max Day. It will be dropping March 30th. But it will showcase 2 of the best shoes Tinker has ever created: the Air Jordan 3 and the Air Max 1.
Yep.
The Jordan silhouette receives an Air Max 1 University Red makeover, showcasing a white base with red accents accents on its mudguard behind the tongue and additional branding points, including the Nike Air hit on the heel. Plus, on top of that, they'll have removable swooshes in white, red, elephant print, and reflective options. My bad. As you know, it won't be releasing on Air Max Day, but it will be released on Jordan Brand retailers and the Sneakers app on March 30th for $220.
My bad, JJ. I'll take
that L on the way out.
That's for me. Because I forgot to mention these. I was going to bring these up. I totally forgot. I was not in on this shoe, didn't want the shoe at all, was totally passing until I saw the removable swooshes.
Yeah.
Now I'm like
We even had a conversation about that. I brought it up to you and it was like, nah. I'm like,
I was like, I don't know. Because we kind of looked at it on my phone and we were like, they do look a little puffy, bro.
Yeah.
They do look like they could be removed. And I was like,
stitching.
maybe that's something they leave exclusive for TS. The Travis Scott joints.
Right.
And then lo and behold, removable swooshes on the new Tinker 3s. I was not in. Once I saw the cement ones, I was all the way in.
I need the elephant print.
Dude, the elephant print
swoosh
got me so far in.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I'm geeked on those. I'm geeked on that pair. What about you? You copping or no?
I might now. Yeah, I think the removable swooshes, like I have the Dunks that I brought in that have the removable swooshes.
Right.
I think they're sweet. I love that.
Oh man, I've been trying to stay away from white toe boxes on Jordans, unless it's Jordan 1s, because they wear well no matter what, unless they're patent leather. But this one here, it's kind of got me in, dude. I'm telling you, I was passing, and now I don't even own any Tinkers right currently. I sold the pairs that I did have.
Same.
So I think I'm probably in.
Might be.
I'm all the way in on these.
Well, there you go, man.
JJ, thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. And that's all.
All right, JJ, I really appreciate you. I appreciate your contributions. I appreciate your extra research in the cold.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Whoa, yeah!
All right.
I will always hate that sound effect, though.
All right, let's move on, man. NFL free agency. Let's talk about some trades. Let's talk about that really quick. We got about 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes left. We're getting a little static.
Yeah.
Won't be for long. I'm sorry, guys. Adjust this or pull it on your side. There you go. All right. So before we go into that, I want to play this quote or this soundbite for you. This is Charlie Casserly talking about Kyler Murray. This came out like a week ago, and he was talking about at the combine what his performance was, what happened, how he met with the scouts, and then Murray just did his pro day at Oklahoma as well. So we'll follow up with that. But I want to let you hear these comments, Del, because you didn't get to hear these.
Well, you better hope Kingsbury takes him number one, because this was not good. This was the worst comments I ever got on a high-rated quarterback, and I've been doing this a long time. Leadership, not good. Okay, study habits, not good. The board work, below not good. Not good at all in any of those areas, see? And raising major concerns about what this guy's going to do.
What do you think?
Wow.
Man? I know. Some strong, right?
Wow. That was strong opinions. Now, okay, this guy, so a sportscaster, former executive, right? He was general manager of the Washington Redskins from 89 to 99. He's 71. He has clout. He's been in the league. He's seen a lot of things. He gets it. It's hard to argue with that. Like, it's hard to disagree. Like, that concerns me. All of a sudden, this guy can't study. He's got absolutely zero leadership for a team as a QB. How are you going to have a locker room presence? How are you going to have an on the field presence? His measurements are arguably questionable. Yes. At best.
So you think you're believing Casserly? You think
I think I'm believing Casserly. I'm dude. These are things that only an analyst would say, or a sportscaster. Somebody going to this. Somebody at the combine. Somebody in the game. Somebody with this experience. God, man, he's turning me away from Kyler Murray for sure.
Not good.
Not good.
Below not good.
I thought he was going to say baloney. He said below, not good. Baloney.
Not good.
Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of with him. I'm concerned. I was concerned from his measurements. Elway's a big,
measurements guy.
Measurements guy. Yep. He loves it. So that's kind of what we're born and bred to know here. And it does speak volumes of versatility. Yeah, I'm concerned.
I just think the guy, I already said I don't think he's going to do well in the NFL.
Yeah.
I said it's going to take everything falling his direction, including the right head coach, the right offensive system, the right offensive coordinator. It's going to take a lot. I told you Arizona is the only destination where I could see him succeeding if he does succeed. That's the only place I could see him succeeding. If he doesn't go to Arizona, good luck. I don't see him doing much in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be, I think he's going to be the RG3.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to quite be Johnny Manziel, but I think he'll be RG3.
You don't think he's going to be Russell Wilson?
No,
Yeah.
no. He can't take the hits, dude. Not durable enough.
Yeah.
And I know the game's changing, and I know they're trying to protect the quarterbacks more, but it doesn't mean you still don't take the hits.
Sure.
You get a 15-yard penalty. It doesn't mean you don't take the hit. You know. So
you get a flag and the hit.
right. So even with that, I don't see the guy being successful. But I also kind of, if I'm going to play devil's advocate here, I could see Charlie Casserly kind of being put together a little bit by some executives saying, hey, we really want to take this guy. Let's tell him this. Let's tell him this. Let's make sure he knows, and puts this out there. Hey, don't look at Kyler.
Really?
This guy's awful. This guy's not good. I could see it happening. There's a lot of gamesmanship that goes on leading up to the draft. There's a lot of teams that say they're not going to take a guy, and what happens? They take a guy. There's a lot of teams that don't even meet with a guy. They don't even talk to a guy. The Denver Broncos are notorious for doing this, which I think is stupid. But Derek Wolfe, when we took him, we never talked to him. Last year, Bradley Chubb never talked to the guy. Before we took him 5th overall in the NFL draft with our first-round pick at 5, we took Bradley Chubb, and we never talked to him. So it's curious, but at the same time, I could see this happen. I could see NFL executives putting him together a little bit, using him as a little bit of a pawn, having him put the info out into the universe, the NFL universe. And I think regardless, NFL scouts are going to do their own homework.
Yeah.
But if you got a guy like this that's going to put it out there for you, why not?
Check this out. Let's look at conspiracy theories.
Go ahead.
I'm not a big theorist, right?
Yes.
We learned that. The Redskins, I would call right now, are some of the biggest losers right now with free agency.
Yes.
That being said, they did bring on Landon Collins, right? 6-year deal, worth $84 million.
Yep.
How the hell are they paying defense so much? They've got an injured quarterback that we don't know if he's going to come back to the league.
He's got to be done.
Number one, right? Number two, this Casterly was a GM.
Yeah.
For the Redskins.
Yep.
Think there's any light into there? Do you think that's just me trying to dig for something? But why haven't the Skins done anything? Casterly runs with the Skins, or used to run with the Skins, and now we're hearing Casterly talk shit on Kyler Murray to get him dropping in draft choice, which does fair nice for Washington. I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
I just find it interesting. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just interesting.
I like the way you're connecting the dots there.
That's all I'm doing.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I don't know for sure, but no, I'm a fan of it. Let's move into free agency, man. Let's kind of move into that. Actually, let's talk trades first.
You want to talk some of the biggest trades?
Biggest trade, obviously, you can go 1 and 1A, whatever you want to put him at with Antonio Brown and now Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, geez.
We talked about Brown last cast. What do you think about Odell? And that came out of left field for me.
Oh, my God, dude. When I got that, I texted you immediately. Mike Pena hit us both up, right? So, shocking, right? Nobody expected that. Nobody thought that. That was just an off-the-cuff, off-the-wall. Holy shit, what just happened?
Yep.
There's things I like about it, but I like it less, or I less like it more than what I like it. And here's why. Can he fit in to a quarterback with a big arm like Baker, up and coming? Sure. Eli, we look back. Eli used to have a big arm. Eli was that dude, and you know how much of an arm it takes at MetLife Stadium, right? That's a big, big thing. And by the way, Eli now with his new contract that he just got, he is actually throughout his career.
Wait, Eli, I thought this was coming up on the last year of his deal.
He is actually making more than his brother Peyton with this contract negotiation that he just did.
Damn.
So at over $252 million over his career, and I think Peyton.
Okay, so you're saying with the last deal he get,
with the last deal. So
yeah,
he's going to be making more than Peyton. But anyways, to get back to that, I think Baker's going to be a great fit for him. Here's my concern: you've got so many freaking studs and so many young guys on the Cleveland Browns. How does this work? You got Jarvis Landry, who had obviously the most targets out of that whole staff last year. Granted, they both played together, best buddies at LSU. How does Baker has too many options? What about Chubb? What about Njoku? What about all these guys?
You think it's too many?
How does the offensive coordinator run this with so many egos? I just don't know how it fits as well. You look at Pittsburgh, right? Where you had Antonio Brown on one side, you had Juju on one side. You still had a good running game with Bell and now Connors, but I don't know how they're going to make this gel, and that's my concern because Cleveland doesn't really have an identity. Are they a running team? Well, they got a badass running back with Chubb. Are they a throwing team?
Kareem Hunt as well.
Kareem Hunt now too? Are they a throwing team? I think identity is going to be a struggle the first part of the season, maybe even the whole season. That's what I'm kind of worried about, and that's my negative or my derogatory mark towards that. I don't know how this works. I don't know how this puzzle pieces get fit together and make it gel like right out the gates.
I think you're in Cleveland. If you're a fan of Cleveland, if you're someone that's been a fan of that team, if you're someone that lives in that city, I'm not thinking about any gelling. I'm not thinking about hair gel. I'm not thinking about how the team gels. I'm not thinking about any of that.
You're not thinking about Orgel? No gel.
I'm thinking we got
the team the lead.
We got a guy that slings it and bake baby all day.
One of the most aggressive quarterbacks.
Right. You got an electrifying man outside in Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
You got an electrifying man outside in Odell Beckham Jr. You got the speedy Antonio Caldwell in the slot. You got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt switching in and out at running back. So you got a good pass catching back and a good power back.
Yeah.
You have a ton of different weapons there.
I don't think
I don't think it's going to be an issue at all because I think they're not only we have a new head coach, but I think Baker's the guy to lead them. Baker Mayfield's the perfect guy. If you sign Odell Beckham Jr. and he comes here to a team that doesn't have any leadership, Denver, you're screwed. Just like in New York, the reason they got rid of him was because Eli Manning could not reel him in. Eli Manning is not a great vocal leader. He's an on the field kind of leader. He just leads by example. He just kind of goes about his work and expects everyone to do the same and fall in line.
He's not a part of that generation.
Peyton was an older guy. He was still a leader.
I know,
he was still able to lead teams.
I just feel like Baker Mayfield is more on Odell Beckham.
Obel Beckham. I like Obel Beckham.
Is that
Take that L on the way out.
No,
Odell's level, like,
is that like
age-wise.
Cobb Bostis too? Cobb Bostis, Obel Beckham.
That was so bad.
I can't even do this anymore. I got to retire. Hey, do you know what this did? Cleveland Browns now have the fifth best odds of winning Super Bowl after Odell Beckham Jr. trade.
I saw that.
That's insane.
Vegas agrees with me. They think
know
it's
what?
about to be.
Hey, the heavens gates have opened. The Bud Light is flowing free in Cleveland.
It reminds me of that scene in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, let these guys be happy.
Beer's just flowing.
This is the biggest offseason in Browns history.
Oh, dude, I
Good
wish we
for
would have
them.
had Hard Knocks this year with the
jeez.
Browns, but they won't. They only do teams that.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple rules. You can't be a first year head coach. They don't put first year head coaches on Hard Knocks, and they don't put teams that made the playoffs or have made. Did the Browns make the playoffs? I'm tripping now. Or they just miss?
Just missed, I thought.
Just miss. You're right. So but a first year head coach, Freddie Kitchens, that's why they can't be on there.
They were just dismissed.
But I think I saw a thing. It was like 5 different teams that the NFL's kind of looking at. But
Dope.
overall, I think it's a great move. I think it's great for New York. They had to get rid of this guy. If you're talking about taking Dwayne Haskins, which I think is what they're going to do, you don't want to bring him in there. You don't want to bring a young guy in there that you're trying to groom to be the leader of the team in a few years and have Odell Beckham Jr. shitting on him and stepping on him.
Yeah.
You just can't have that. He's not going to do that to Baker. He's not going to do that over in Cleveland. Jarvis Landry's not going to allow it. Baker Mayfield's not going to allow it. I don't know a ton about Freddie Kitchens. I don't know really what he brings to the table. It's going to be interesting to see. But if that guy can coach a lick, if he knows anything about coaching, that team should at least win 9 games.
Yeah.
At least. If you win less than 9 games this year, you're fired.
Yeah.
First year head
Gotta
coach.
be.
Fired. Have to be.
With all that firepower?
Exactly.
Fire him.
We didn't even talk about the defense.
Oh, dude.
The D is lit up, even though they lost Jabril Peppers in the trade. The D is incredible too. Let's move on there. Did you see the Chiefs got D4 or the Chiefs traded away D4 to the Niners?
I did
see that. I think that was a pretty good pick. They traded him away for a 2020 second rounder. Chiefs fans, I know you're pretty mad about losing D Ford. You should be mad that D Ford lined up offsides in critical moments of the game and cost you guys a chance to go to the Super Bowl. That's what I'd be more mad about if I was you, Chiefs fans.
Take that L on the way out.
Deshaun Jackson going back home.
Back home.
From the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being traded to the Eagles for a 7th round 2020 pick and a 6th round 2019 pick. What do you think of that?
I think it's great. I think Alshon Jeffrey serves a purpose, but he's not a Deshaun Jackson kind of guy.
Right.
I think it adds a whole new element. Is Golden Tate still there?
Golden Tate?
No, he's a free agent right now.
Free agent.
He's one of the bigger names still left.
Yeah, for sure. So I think, and I think Deshaun has a record with the Eagles with like some of the longest pass receptions or whatever in Eagles history. So him back home, him going to still do that now, he's still injury prone. So I am concerned with that. But, dude, I think that's a great move. He loves Philly. He's happy to be back. That guy has a fucking attitude problem. So if getting back in Philly improves his attitude and gets him back to where he once was, good for him.
I like the I like the trade. I like the move. I don't like that they paid him $10 million for 2019. I think that's a little bit much
for him,
for Deshaun Jackson. But they're in dire need of a deep threat.
They are.
They really need a deep threat over there in Philly. He showed that he can still serve as that deep threat over in Tampa Bay last year with Fitzpatrick.
Totally.
So I don't think it's going to be an issue. I like it. I like the deal. I give him a B on it. I think it's good. I just think they paid him too much.
Yeah. What about Nick Foles going over to Jacksonville?
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild to me.
Dude, that's probably the biggest, best contract I think of this free agency.
That's a lot of money to give that guy
for
though.
him.
I don't know if you.
Holy hell, dude! He should be thanking his lucky stars.
Oh hell yeah!
Good for him, dude.
Yep.
Good for him.
To give that guy that kind of money that it's not proven he can do anything outside of the Philadelphia system.
No.
He has not had success outside of Philly. For you to bring him in and give him that much money, it's like what we did to Case Keenum. It's just going to be. It's not going to work out. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to be that good of a team. That's what I'm feeling.
4-year, $88 million, dude. 50 of that is guaranteed.
Yep.
Big Dick Nick. Good for him.
Coming through.
You're paying for a hell of a cool name.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! What about? So let's talk about Antonio. We don't want to talk about it a little too long, but so obviously this deal, Raiders won heavy. The Steelers lost their ass on this deal, in my opinion. They're obviously going to pay him $50.1 million over the next 3 seasons. That being said, Steelers are still paying for his ass, and they didn't give up much or they didn't get much, obviously, by giving him up, which kind of sucks, man. Brown and Enbell put the Steelers in a bad, precarious position for sure. That being said, Brown is exactly what the Raiders need. We want to argue that Amari Cooper was great. He's great now. Look at him with Dallas. I think he's thriving. He just wasn't Carr's guy. Guess what now? Now we find out if Carr's a sack of shit. Now we find out.
Well, we're talking about a guy that led the team to the playoffs before he broke his leg a couple of years ago.
What was that, 2016?
Yeah. You think he's a sack of shit?
He could be. Look at his completion percentage. It's gone down every year since then. He has been sacking shit. That's all he does, okay? Now we get to find out if he's elite or not. Now we're giving him the momentum, the power, the stacking behind him to be able to make these big-ass plays. Oh, by the way, Antonio Brown, in the media, in the locker rooms, social media, on dance shows, singing shows, whatever. You couldn't find anybody better to get them into Vegas.
No doubt.
This is a sick move by the Raiders, dude. Sick move. They got great value. They paid him the right amount of money. They've got stock in Vegas with him. The lights, the action, the cameras rolling. I think this is great, dude, for the Raiders. This is probably the biggest, best thing that Chucky and the organization has done, dude. This is awesome.
I feel a little different, but I explained that the last cast. I think I'm a little confused on where they're going. Are they rebuilding? Are they not rebuilding? Are they trying to win now? Are they waiting for Vegas? I'm a little confused.
Because they said they're rebuilding. It is confusing.
They said they were rebuilding, yeah, but you go get an aging 30-year wide receiver, 31-year-old wide receiver. That doesn't scream rebuilding.
Yeah, and give away Amari Cooper, who is obviously, 2 or 3 years younger?
Right, at least. Oh, at least.
So, but I think for gel, for power, to see where Carr's at, this is the scope that we need. This is also great for Oakland and heading into Vegas.
All right, let's talk about some free agents and people that are still available, man. So actually, let's talk about some people that some different free agent moves, and then we'll go through who's available here to kind of wrap up the show. Some of the biggest free agent stuff. Let me see. I don't really agree. The side I'm looking at has some of the ones that are bigger than others. I think the ones they have that are really big are really not that big. What did you think of the Tevin Coleman signing to 49ers? Did you see that?
Yeah,
that was bigger for me. I thought it was a bigger deal.
Yeah.
I thought they got him on a good deal. I thought when Devonta Freeman went down last year, I thought Coleman would show a little more. Yeah. I thought he was going to be the big time guy coming out of this year, and he kind of flew under the radar. It took a while for him to get signed, but I think the Niners got a great deal for him. 2 years, $8.5 million.
Dude, hell yeah, they got a great deal. And you know what it is? It's insurance, dude.
Yeah.
For Jerick McKinnon.
Yep.
Okay, on the ACL tear, him coming back, Garoppolo going to have like a slow recovery back as well. Dude, this is great insurance for the 49ers. I think this is a great pickup, and the money was absolutely on point.
I either think they're going – I'm with you on that. I either think they're going to trade McKinnon because they have Breida there too. You got to remember, he's been banged up. I think either they're going to – I think they will trade McKinnon, and I think you're going to have a 1-2 punch between Coleman and Breida.
Yeah.
That's what I see going forward. I don't know that for sure,
Yeah.
but that's what I see out of the Niners. We have to ask Pena. It's
For
the
sure.
squad.
Would you see Breida as the end zone back or the red zone back? That's a tough one, right?
It is so tough, dude.
Because Brady can make those sick ass moves, though. So I don't know what they're gonna do. But
I still see Breida being the feature back,
Yeah.
Coleman being the second punch,
Same.
just like he was in Atlanta.
like he was at Atlanta.
Same thing.
Dude, great insurance. That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
Seahawks re-signing KJ Wright. I think they needed that desperately. Losing Earl Thomas in the secondary. They've always had a really, really strong linebacker core with Bobby Wagner there as well.
Yeah.
So signing KJ Wright was huge. I think that was another big one. What are some of your big ones?
For me, so let me talk about what I want to talk about. Actually, is
Tyrell Williams to the Raiders. Dude, that's going to be a good one. I like that one a lot. I like that on the other outside. Dude, Tyrell was balling with the Chargers.
I know. I had him in fantasy this year, and obviously he had that 40-point game, which was ridiculous, man. And I luckily I played him. Most people had him sitting.
They overpaid him.
For sure.
But that's the thing about free agents. That's what I was going to say. These first few days, everyone's getting overpaid. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why the Patriots aren't signing anyone.
Right?
they don't overpay.
They get rid of everybody when it's time to pay them.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that's a big one. I think that's going to balance. Obviously, again, Carr, dude, he's got 2 deep red zone threats with there. So again, I think that was a big one. But what I want to talk about though, who's left?
Yeah.
Dude, there are some big names still on the list. If it were I want to talk about some of the bigger ones. What about, and I know this is risky because of the health, what about Jay Ajayi? Where does he go?
Ooh, dude.
Do you have any thoughts on Jay Ajayi?
No, I have not even thought about that guy. I know he was banged up last year. So I have not really thought about him going into free agency this year. I don't know how healthy he is. I don't know what his durability looks like. What about you?
His durability is a huge concern, and I think the Eagles aren't going to keep him. So I'm anxious to see
what are they going to do though. They still need help at the running back position.
Oh, they need a lot of help, dude.
You could take some guys in the draft. Are you going to try to deal with Wendell Smallwood over there?
I hope they take some people in the draft.
You got it. They need help. Why would they not re-sign Ajayi? I guess that's why I didn't even think about it. I just thought he'd re-sign over there.
Yeah, but he hasn't yet. That's what's crazy. Mm-hmm. So what about Ndamukong Suh?
Ndamukong Suh, he's a guy that he's come out and said, I'm all about the money.
Yeah.
I'm going to go wherever whatever team pays me the most money. And we've seen it. He signs a 1-year deal every year. He plays 1 year for a ton of money and then moves on.
Yeah.
1 year, a ton of money, moves on. If he didn't want so much money, he would be the ideal New England Patriot candidate, dude. If they're not going to pay him what he wants.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. Other than that, I'm trying to think who else really needs D-line help like that that's willing to overpay.
Right.
I know Malik Jackson's leaving down in Jacksonville. That could be a spot for him down there. Mm-hmm. Where do you have him landing at?
For me, Ndamukong Suh, I probably have him, on the D-line. Trying to think. God, you know who I hope doesn't pick him up?
Who's that?
The Baltimore Ravens. God, they're stacked.
Yeah.
You see the moves they made?
Yes.
What about Mark Ingram?
Tons, yep.
Think Mark Ingram's going to suffice over there?
I love it. I love the move there. They run the rock heavy.
Yeah.
He's a great red zone back. He's been super durable.
Yeah.
I think we're really going to be able to see Mark Ingram shine here. He's always had somebody else he's been competing with down there in New Orleans. There's always been a 1-2 punch. It's always been a fire and ice or a thunder and lightning kind of scenario. It'll be interesting to see if he really flourishes outside of the 1-2 punch system. I think he's still going to share some time, not with Alex Collins because he was just cut with the I think he had a DUI or something. He had some off the field trouble. Baltimore just cut him, so they were in need of a running back. Great pickup for Mark Ingram. I thought that was awesome. What about Clowney? Jadeveon Clowney, you see him?
I did.
Sitting out there?
Yeah, I think
he's only 26. It feels like he's a lot older. It feels like he's getting it up in late 20s, early 30s, but he's only 26 years old.
Yeah.
So that's another good one there that's still chilling out.
Yeah, to go back to Ndamukong Suh, I say he might go back to Detroit.
Really?
He might go back to Detroit.
I could see it.
They need a lot of help, and Detroit hasn't done
Detroit
much.
overpays for everybody too,
and they haven't done anything in free agency.
Right.
Really. So I'd see him going back to Detroit possibly. What about Clay Matthews?
I didn't even know he was a free agent.
Clay Matthews is free. So I'm surprised to see that because he has a lot of loyalty to the Packs. Packers have a lot of loyalty to him. But as you know, it's a money game. I'm trying to see where he would fit in because they just actually Aha Clinton Dix, who got released or who got traded from Packers to was it Skins last year?
Yeah,
he just got picked up by a new team. I can't remember where he's going, but I thought of that might be a good place for the likes of Clay Matthews as well.
So he was traded from the Packers to the Redskins during last year, right? And then now he's a free agent from the Redskins, so he's going to go somewhere else?
Yeah, I think
they're not re-signing him?
God, I think he just got signed to somebody else. I can't remember where I may have
He's a good cover safety, dude. I remember watching him at Alabama. I like his game. I think sometimes in the run game he's a little bit of a liability. I think his tackling is a little suspect, but I think he's a really, really good cover safety.
Yeah, Bears just signed him.
Bears. That's what I was going to say for Matthews, dude.
To a 1-year deal. Yeah, Matthews would be great there at the Bears.
That's what I was going to say.
So the Bears may not have that cap space. They just signed Aha Clinton Dix. So,
do you want to move into actually no, let's kind of wrap up. Let's wrap this up. We'll get into the college scandals. I don't want to rush it.
Okay.
We'll get into that on the next show.
Okay.
There's a lot more info still coming out. So we're going to have some more info coming out daily over the weekend. Yeah. So we'll be able to get into a little more of that on Monday's show when we come in. But the last one I'll kind of hit on is Le'Veon Bell with the signing to the Jets. Is that official now?
It is official.
They finally made it official?
It is official, and it's officially confusing.
Okay.
Okay? If you look at his tweets, he said he would never, ever go to the Jets for $60 million.
Interesting.
Okay? So people brought up his Twitter from back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
So obviously he landed with the Jets. Pretty big contract. I'm confused. Why the hell did he go to the Jets? Why would he leave such a great culture in terms of what the Steelers are known for, the Steelers Nation, all these different things to go to a team that struggles from all facets, that doesn't have a defense, they don't have an offense, they've got a young Sam Darnold. What was he trying to prove? I don't understand the move. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand the move. He didn't want to go there. He tweeted that he didn't want to go there. He tweeted it wasn't enough money to go there back in the day. And now he ends up there. What point is he trying to prove? Why couldn't he have went to the Colts?
Well, it seems like he's getting the same amount of money or as he was going to get last year by playing.
Yeah.
I get he was on the franchise tag and maybe they don't want to give him a long-term deal. And that's what he was really wanting, the long-term deal, right?
Yeah.
4 years isn't really long-term. No. Maybe it's long-term for a running back. I'm with you. I'm pretty confused on it. I do think it's a good deal for the Jets because I think the Jets are going to get a safety valve for Sam Darnold. He needs help back there. He's going to have a guy. And, dude, if you're talking about a running back that wants touches, I hope Bell's ready. You're going to get all the touches you can handle, dog.
All of them.
I mean, between passing and carrying the ball between the tackles, here's what I think. I don't think Bell's going to have that much success there.
I don't either.
I wouldn't draft him high in fantasy this year. I don't think he's going to be that successful. I think Pittsburgh's O-line doesn't get the credit they deserve. And if you need an example of that, just look at what Bell was able to do while he was there. Just look at what Fast Willie Parker was able to do while he was there. Look at what James Conner did when he stepped in after Bell went out.
Yep.
There's been a ton of backs. It reminds me of Broncos in the late 90s, early 2000s when you had Mike Anderson and Clinton Portis and Terrell Davis and all these backs rushing for a ton of yards. The Steelers line deserves a ton of credit for that. Not only that, but you had a guy in Antonio Brown and then Juju Smith-Schuster stretching the field as well. Tight end usage, Jesse James over there. So I think there was a lot of things that really helped him that he's not going to get the same help in New York.
Totally.
Yeah.
Triple B's goes down to a single B.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Check this out, man. I found this tweet. I can't remember who exactly did it because I just took a screenshot of it, but I find it kind of interesting. So Le'Veon Bell took less guaranteed money, sat out a year of football where he made no money, left one of the most storied and successful franchises in NFL history for one of the worst. Other than that, everything worked out brilliantly for him. Congratulations. You played yourself. Dude, wow. I find that super interesting, and that tweet is exactly how I feel. That's the confusion that I have. The historic franchise, the historic O-line that they've always been known for, the triple threat, right? The triple Bs, having Antonio Brown, having the versatility, going to the Jets that just can't get. Talk about the butt fumble.
What do they have except the young quarterback? You know what I mean? Right.
That's it.
Right. So it's not a spot you're going to win now. Yeah. And you're an aging running back on let's call it the backside of your career. I would say this is the year we're going to find out, is he really in his prime?
Totally.
He's going to either be right here still at the top of the mountain or he is going to be on the way down.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out what he is this year. I've heard he's gotten fat. He's got chubby.
Too, yeah.
Yep. He sat out of football for a whole year. He's either going to come back healthy and ready to go, or he's going to come back rusty and crappy.
Yeah.
Rusty Wallace. You know what I mean?
Wallace,
That's it.
What is he a second-round pick in fantasy this year? What do you think? Where do you think he'll fall?
No. People still reach for him for the first.
Still for the first.
Yeah. I won't, but people will.
Yeah.
Definitely still take him in the first. You know another guy will not take in the first this year? Saquon Barkley. He's going to have 10-man boxes stacked against him all year with crappy Eli, no Odell outside.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Barkley's catching all the smoke this year.
He's shut down.
I'm giving you some way early fantasy advice, extremely early, like 6 months early fantasy advice. Don't draft Saquon in the first round.
Watch out.
Dude, as talented as that guy is, as good of a rookie year as he had, it's 8 to 10-man boxes all year for that guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad in New York.
Really bad.
Bad. Anything more? Anything else you want to hit on before we get out of here today, man?
No, man. I think that's a good start.
Stringstein, anything for you?
No.
That's it. All right, guys. That is the most underrated podcast. We'll have some shoes. We'll definitely have some shoes on Monday. We'll talk college scandal, a lot of other topics. We'll see what happens over the weekend. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you fools Tuesday.